The same
Or you can't turn
could
on.
be true for centralized, right? If an asteroid hit, power outage,
Everything.
everyone's
Yeah,
bank
It would take
accounts reset.
everything out.
Yeah.
It would
So I
take
shouldn't you hold
everything out.
cash?
In times like that, yeah.
Probably.
But then if we go back to cash, right, we have to go back to history and my cash can redeem for gold, those kind of thing,
But
Yeah,
you see,
because it's paper, right?
cash isn't pegged on gold anymore.
Not anymore.
Correct.
right?
That's why that's the scary part. Like, I'm holding this paper, and
Yeah.
tomorrow that paper, if the world agrees this paper is worthless, it is worthless.
Yeah.
So you should actually have gold under your mattress.
Welcome back to Yamja Sessions, man. Today we have the first time in my life to ever meet a man named Matthias. Pretty fucking epic name.
That's,
Not gonna lie.
that's an interesting fact. I think that might be true for me as well.
Yeah. Never have met a man named Matthias. And it's a pretty epic name. Totally more epic than Jonathan. Jonathan is probably like top 10 most common names. I know like 5 Jonathans in my contact list itself. But yeah, man. Thanks for coming on the podcast, bro.
Oh, thanks for the invite.
Yeah. A bit of preface. Actually, you are Poige's contact, right? I think Poige met you first, right? Or you knew Poige from before? How do you know Poige?
No,
man?
we actually legit met over like a meal.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
so I think we hung out with a mutual friend called MJ.
Oh
and,
shit!
Brad.
Now it makes sense, lah, bro.
Yeah,
okay.
MJ, this goes out to you, my friend.
MJ has a shirt, man. You guys got MJ on, right?
Yeah. Dude, MJ was one of the first few guests that came on the podcast, and he was watching my YouTube vlogs for like the longest time. Then he came on the podcast, and then like so on and so forth. And then he's got viral, right?
Yeah.
Were you on viral before?
No,
No, yeah.
that's Ross Stevenson. So yeah,
Bro, Ross is Indian, right? Bro.
Yeah, big difference.
What the fuck, bro?
How could we get that
Dude,
confused?
what are you talking about? This is the thing. I thought you were if you're gonna say Jonathan, like the latest dude with the curly hair, then maybe like you're gonna stereotype Chinese people.
Matthias don't see color one, bro.
Yeah, true. You are a man that is evenly like cool.
I love all colors.
So you met Poige via viral and like over a meal with MJ and everything.
Yeah, legit. Went to the gym. Then like Sarah's supposed to come, and then Poge is supposed to come.
Bro, are you in Malaysia Deadlifting group?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No.
What?
Never mind. This goes out to you, Brad. Okay, so you guys went working out together, and then that's how you all met lah. After that, makan together lah.
Yeah, like just makan after working out, and then like get to know what he's doing with viral as well.
Okay.
And then,
Okay. Cool.
And then I just tell him what I do. Then he's like, actually, then started like this. Be good,
That
Then
sounds
like
like a Poige.
That sounds like a Poige.
That's classic Poige.
yeah,
How long have you known him already, man?
dude, one meal.
Legit,
that was like before the cases. I mean, before Chinese New Year, then the cases started going crazy. So I think maybe like we're talking 1 month. Oh my god.
I see.
Okay.
Shit.
1 month meal.
Fresh,
fresh
bro.
as it gets, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. We know based on what Poige told us, you're into DeFi, which is short for decentralized finance. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Correct.
That's right.
Yeah. So maybe we dial it back a little bit, right? What was your background prior to this, and what did you do before this, and how did you get into DeFi, man?
Okay. There's a lot of questions, but maybe we go along the way.
Can. Origin story, bro.
OG. I'm an engineering graduate
Oh, cool.
I see.
in materials and manufacturing. Damn random. And then I'd say the bulk of my career, like 80% of it, is in sales. Literally.
Okay. Cool.
Interesting.
For multiple companies. Sales is more, not the hit target sales, more like the key account manager kind of sales. Relationship manager kind of.
Okay.
Client servicing lah.
Yeah. And so did that for about like 6 years, 7 years. Then I always wanted to do a discipleship course with my church.
You wanted to do, sorry, what?
It's a discipleship
Oh,
course
discipleship,
with my church.
okay.
And then and then I did it. It was a 1 year thing and became a 2 year thing. And then after that I came out and realized that, okay, you know what? There was like a growing discovery yourself kind of process kind of thing. And I realized that I actually got into sales because I thought this is very people oriented. Like, Like I love
you
people.
can converse, you can meet new people.
Yeah.
That's so me, yeah.
Yeah. So, but then it's not like that lah. Like sales is a numbers game at the end of the day. So I wanted to get into HR after I came out from my course.
Cool.
So I did go into like a recruitment kind of thing. But the only issue with that is that it was a number game in the end as well. Then
How is HR a numbers game?
Of course, it's
HR first, but then later on, if you really go towards like deep recruitment side, it is a numbers game at the end of the day.
As in, who do you how many people you hire?
Volume, yeah, it's a volume.
No
game.
kidding. HR is judged on a metric where you hire.
I think it depends on your role. So if you are hired for like a HR generalist, like general HR dude, no lah, they can't KPI you that way. But like if you're in any recruitment game, like if the nature of your business of your HR company is recruitment,
Okay. I got it. I thought it was an internal, like you work for KPMG as a HR type of thing. This is more of like a recruiter where you find people and then they join companies. Is it?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, my bad.
Now all good. And yeah lah. Then I did that for like, I was in 2 different companies for that. One a bit longer and one like 6 months only. Then I realized I cannot. The 6 months one was the numbers one. Then I like, okay. And that was when I actually started to, that whole year, the HR period was when I was really into like decentralized finance.
I see.
Friend introducing me. Actually, I didn't want to buy any Bitcoin. Honestly, don't want to buy Bitcoin. Don't want to buy Ethereum because you know like it's like stonks really like stocks. Legit, like you buy it, you don't know tomorrow the value gonna go up or down.
Yeah, and it's kind of like it's like up and down really fast compared to stocks.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So that's why I just. But then this friend said, hey, you don't need to buy any Bitcoin, Ethereum. You just use your dollars. Like whatever you're investing, it's gonna be in the form of dollars. Then I'm like, really? Okay, I try lah. So I tried. It wasn't DeFi right away. It was some app lah. So it's considered centralized finance. But it's because you know like the person, if you put your money there, the person can run away with it. Yeah. And sadly he did. With a few of us. Yeah.
So this was an individual or was it an app that ran away with it?
So I don't know how many people are behind the team or whatever, but basically it was quite elaborate, like kind of a it's not MLM, like Ponzi-ish, like invite your friends kind of thing. You get referral. But the interest was quite crazy. I was like, I think 1% a day or something. They will arbitrage trade for you.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but this is not DeFi. Okay. So in case the people who hear, this DeFi, ciao now. This is not DeFi. Like the whole point of DeFi is like no middleman, whatever. It's basically the nature of cryptocurrency itself lah. We cut out the middleman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. So just a bit of context for people who don't really know much about decentralized finance and cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
What you're trying to say is, if let's say, to put it in layman's terms, if there were to be an app like Luno, example, a lot of people put their money there and then Luno chow with your money lah. Correct?
Yeah.
Right. So I'm following. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not the most well-versed person when it comes to finance talk and crypto. So I'm going to be like, say but I think he's more lah.
Next to Matthias, no one, neither of us.
With a name like Matthias, anybody next to him.
You guys had some genius finance people on the show before, right?
Do MJ and John are like different?
There's different caliber.
God tier.
Yeah.
So for us, we are the peasants, bro. We are the plebeians of
plebs.
Yeah.
I feel you, bro.
Yeah. So just for context when you put your money in together with a few of your friends, the guy just chow with your money.
Yeah, pretty much.
How much?
I mean, like they cooked up a story, of course. You can't just say that you ran away with your money, right? You obviously have to have a believable story, right? So the story is that when Bitcoin mooned that time, one of their interns or whoever on team, their person handling money, decides to trade instead of the usual ARB trades to get just a bit of 1% a day. Decides to leverage trade.
Out
of nowhere. I mean, like,
sorry, I'm slow already. What do you mean? What is leverage trade?
So instead of just, today I just buy like maybe like 1,000 worth of Bitcoin. So leverage is adding a multiplier into it. Okay. You can actually trade way more than whatever you have there because there are these exchanges like Luno doesn't do this, but there are other exchanges like Huobi, Binance, all the other cryptocurrency exchanges. They have this facility where you can basically trade way more than what you have.
What is the risk and how do you do it and where do they get the money?
I mean, the risk so what they did is they probably use an exchange like Binance or something that gives that facility for you to do it. As long as you have enough money in there and then they have calculated, this person is we're going to like if it goes out like trades completely this amount gone, then gone lah. His balance goes straight to zero. But you'll be able to actually trade way more than what you normally like 1-to-1. You're putting yourself in a big risk lah, basically.
I see. But of course, with higher risk is higher reward lah. Because if you do that, then you have a chance of getting back a lot, and then you cover back. Okay.
Pretty much.
So so the story is the intern so happened to decide to leverage trade.
Maybe not intern, but I don't know, some guy on team that scapegoat lah. Okay, decides to do this with everyone's the usual money that they're supposed to trade to get that profit for everyone profit share. Decides to do this, and they said that it went against, like he was betting that it would go up, but then Bitcoin that time went the other direction, and then said that he lost the money.
Oh man!
Did they even give you the mathematical breakdown of what exactly happened?
No. Then later on, then the people start to go missing and all that, and then like all the cases came out. They even tried to chase him down, like do like lawyer cases, and it's quite sad because they actually had stakeholders. So their stakeholders not happy.
Wow.
Dude, it's very, very elaborate scheme lah, honestly.
Damn, man. That is so messed up, man.
I know. Not the way we should start the podcast, but
a little bit bleaker.
If you don't mind me asking, how much did you lose?
For me, about a few hundred USD.
Oh,
few
okay lah.
USD.
Not so hardcore.
Dude, not like everything I own. So
okay, thank God.
thank God. Yes.
Oh shit, man.
Wow. And there are quite a few of them out there actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's a lot of these Ponzi. Like honestly, everything in cryptocurrency, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. Even what I'm about to say today. Serious.
So we're gonna safely say NFA lah all the time lah at this point.
No lah, I think established D candy.
Established is NFA already lah. Cool. You wanna ask something?
I'm actually you went into HR and right, and so you departed HR and then went straight into having DeFi as your sort of full-time job now, right? And that's where we are today.
Yeah, up to date, and I've been actually looking for work in like a crypto company, and I'm about to start next Tuesday.
I don't know whether I can disclose.
Congrats.
Got thanks. Yeah, got the offer letter. Praise God. Yeah. So lah.
Out of curiosity, what are you doing in this crypto company?
I'm a community manager, so I'm responsible for growing their like social media presence. At the same time, managing their like corresponding a bit of customer support, like user support.
Replying
in their Discords, Telegrams as well.
Which is actually super important in the context of, I think, the crypto space today.
Yeah, every project is this, and every project has a Discord, Telegram, and and it's kind of B2C a lot. So you do have to business to consumer B2C. So you have to like deal with them a lot. Like if they have questions, you got to answer them, and a lot of your hype is really based on them. Like you're lucky if some influencer wants to hype your stuff up, more people will start using your app and all that. Yeah.
So this crypto company that you're working for, it's a broker, is that right?
So they are a decentralized exchange, meaning so they're doing like what Luno and Binance does. Okay, but they don't have custody of whatever crypto you have lah.
Sure.
That's one of their product. The other product is they can move your assets from one blockchain to the other. So let's say you have NFTs or like maybe tokens on the Ethereum network, but if you move them to another network, say Solana or Avalanche, Binance Smart Chain, any of these they're in a different form. So the other product these guys have made is a bridge. So they have a bridge network in the middle, and you just route through them and then it sends the tokens over.
But you still need to pay gas fee.
Yeah, of course you have to pay gas fee once you're on the network. It's like paying toll like transaction, right? Yeah. I mean, like little fee to pay compared to paying whatever we are giving middleman today, honestly.
For sure. So I'm assuming the business model works on that being the bridge, and then you take a bit from the cut when they pay gas fee .
For me, what I do is I get paid for what I do in my role. But their business model, yes. They have transaction fees. That's how they earn money lah.
I see. Kind of like Luno also in a way, because if you deposit money in, after that you want to transfer to whatever coin, then you pay like a certain X number
Exactly.
%.
Yeah. Exactly that.
Okay, cool. So is it like a wallet in a sense where you put money, ringgit inside, and then you transfer to whatever coin?
So in DeFi, the good thing is the wallets are non-custodial, meaning like even the people who created wallets don't have access to you own that wallet. They have a phrase, so if anyone has the access to the seed phrase, it's a 12-word phrase, then habis anyone can access your assets in there already.
Okay. For context, for people who are not sure what a seek phrase is, it's kind of like the new password, right?
Yeah,
so
seed phrase, yeah.
Seed phrase, sorry. Yeah. So it's kind of like a set number of words.
12 words,
so it can be like alpha, tiger, omega, chicken, and then it's like all these 12, and then you put it together.
Watch Avengers, benign.
Yeah. So after you put all these, that's how you enter into your wallet lah. So basically, if you want to transfer crypto and all that, you gotta have that phrase, and you gotta write it down somewhere, because you better not screenshot, better not all that. There's a lot of security measures you have to take on, right?
Pretty much.
Cool. In layman's terms, how would you describe DeFi to the average man? Because I think a lot of our listeners right now, I don't know whether this is true. Maybe it's very condescending for me to say this, but I think I better just say it.
Yeah.
Right now, right, we live in this era where everybody has access to the internet, where it's very straightforward. Banking is very straightforward. But there's this talk of Web3. There's this talk of decentralized finance, cryptocurrency, NFTs.
Yeah.
So maybe we break it down one at a time, right?
Yeah, that's good.
What is DeFi, and how would you express that to a person that is not so familiar with this? Phrase, term,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so like I mean, I will try. It's
no
massive, right?
Sure.
And I think even people who follow me and what I do with my DeFi guide, which is a service where I guide people to do this, right? Even as I trying to break it down to them, I got a feedback from them, and most of them I actually found out that it's very hard to understand what I'm saying. Even though when I've broken it down to like, okay, let me try with the lowest hanging fruit, which is you just put money and you get like, like savings account, you get how many percent? Savings account now you get less than 1%, like 0 point something.
Yep.
And like DeFi, you'll get like 10% around there, more or less. If you're good, you can push it more. But basically, it's a savings account that generates the amount.
Yes. So
this is what I usually tell people so that they say, oh, this is interesting. The thing about DeFi is that's how I learned, how a lot of us go into this is they find a product that like savings or something that really can give that kind of returns instead of whatever they used to investing without the risk, right? Then you're like, oh, okay, let me learn. And as they learn, they actually understand, oh, okay, this is what DeFi is. But to a layman, like you said, going back to the question, right? To a layman, I would say that this is really whatever we can do with the bank, but now without the bank, without a middleman.
Yes.
In a very, very simple way to put it is you are basically taking out the middleman of banks and they are replaced by the blockchain networks and the smart contracts on it. So in layman terms, you could say a blockchain network is kind of like let's say you get your iOS, okay, or your Android. Okay, that's the main, like the
operating
main
system.
like something you build on, right? Then the apps live on them, right? So the apps are coded using smart contracts. So you just use them, basically.
It's a program in which you can utilize.
Yes, and it's the nature about this whole thing. Just now you mentioned Web3 it is decentralized, meaning let's compare to what Web2 is, what we're using today, like Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, social media, whatever apps we have on our phones. Up till this stage, if one party hosts everything, like they use Amazon Web Services or anything, right? Yep. Facebook owns your data, that kind. You've heard of all these things, right? Yep. This is Web2 basically, because it's centralized to one central party. But Web3 is where everything is decentralized, where the data lives on the network, but it doesn't need to be governed or kept by one central party. And
it's immediate because I can deal directly to whoever I want to deal with.
So think like P2P, like LimeWire, like Pirate.
No, it's okay. You can go. We even literally discussed about whether we should pirate movies, and the answer is we all pirate movies. So let's go for it.
Yeah, P2P, Pirate Bay, the whole torrent thing. Yeah, that's the origins of the model of what Satoshi Nakamoto built Bitcoin, which is the blockchain network and this whole Web3 thing. I mean, I'm using a lot of terms here, but Web3 is generally this whole sphere where our internet, our web, where we're headed with this. And DeFi happens to just be a part of it. NFT also, Metaverse, all this.
I think it's kind of like we are so ingrained in this system in which the bank is kind of like automatic, right? You take the bank for granted.
Yeah.
You think the bank, right, is like paying cash when you buy Kaifan. It's like, oh, I just give money, ma.
Yeah.
But what they don't see is the bank actually holds your money and you don't hold anything.
You don't know. Yeah, correct. Actually, you don't hold anything.
You actually only hold the money in your wallet. Physically. Digitally, yes. But at the same time, right, if the bank told you one day, hey, let's say you own a Maybank account, and then Maybank say, yeah, it's up. Do you think your money will be there? The answer is no lah.
Yep.
So in a decentralized world, if we lived in one, right, or we will soon be, you will never lose your money because there is no person, there is no entity, there is no company that holds your money.
Yeah.
It is you hold your money in a form of information on the internet. So if I were to buy Kaifan, or you were to buy Kaifan from me, example, you pay me cash, but this time in a digital format. Because I think a lot of people don't see this. It's very difficult to understand because the internet now is evolved a lot, right?
Yeah, man.
Like Web 1 at the time, I don't know. Bro, how old are you? Like 1990?
No, bro, I'm actually quite old. Actually, 19, you said 90, right? I think, about there. Just few, I'm 90, 1988.
Oh, cool. I'm 92, he's 95.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people, when you've lived through that era where, how do you know about that website? Oh, my friend in school told me about that website. Remember the era?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
Man.
how do you know about porn? If the person told you, hey, go to pornhub.com, then you only know about Pornhub. There was no Google, there was no Yahoo, there was no MSN. In the very early stages, you had to know the domain. www.xyz.com.
Legit. Pretty much.
And then it became Web 2, where it's Facebook, where there is a search bar. There is Twitter with a search bar. There is YouTube with a search bar. And we take that shit for granted because it's ingrained in the user interface.
Yeah, correct.
So a lot of times when you make that search, you are actually using something to find your information.
Correct.
And that thing you assume is part of the internet, which is not. They are just living on the internet.
Correct.
So in this decentralized way, I feel like you just deal directly to someone without Maybank, basically. You hold all your cash.
Yeah.
Okay. So that is to clarify. And it took me a fucking long time to understand this shit. Okay. In my primal brain, it took me like a good year to understand this shit.
I think that the challenge with why it's so complicated is because you need to unlearn.
Yes.
That is the difficult part. It's not necessarily learning new information. People are generally accustomed to that.
Yeah.
But unlearning what pre-existing
know.
knowledge you have is really difficult. And this is prime example of unlearning.
This is us being boomers and not knowing how to use smartphone, and then we ask them how to use camera.
Precisely.
Legit, basically.
Yes.
Spot on, dude.
So just for clarification, if you are listening to this and you are like completely clueless with all the jargon, NFTs, Metaverse and all that crap, I'm here as a layman for you. Okay? I am the guy who will ask the questions if I'm also not sure. Because if I'm not sure, I'm also pretty sure you're also lost. So it's okay. I'm here for you guys. You're listening or watching.
Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear Bose headphones.
Okay, cool. So if you were to explain decentralized finance, how would you explain it in terms of transaction? So if in that example I gave you, right, let's say I made chicken and rice and I want to sell you chicken rice. How would that transaction happen if you were to pay me in a cryptocurrency in a decentralized finance setting? How would you do it? How would the process be? So if it's cash, you simply give me 10 ringgit, I give you the Kai Fan. Exchange. If you were to give me via Maybank, the system would be, hey John, show me your QR code on your app. I show you my QR code, you scan key in amount. Your money, which is held by Maybank because you technically don't hold any money, Maybank just says, this user needs to send to this user. So Matthias, godlike name, sends to John, average name. I will just make sure this happens. Bank account number, tally together with name, bank account name, transfer. John now has the money. I am assuming that they have already made the transaction on ground. So technically, there has been no money that has been exchanged in physical form. But how would this transaction occur if we were to be in a decentralized finance setting?
So for this case, I have a wallet which has an address. You have a wallet that has an address as well. Even if you are not in decentralized yet, if anyone uses Luno or anything, there are wallets in there, and it's a unique wallet address. So that is basically the sending and receiving. So the sender must send from an address, an address to an address. So let's say you have a wallet address, I have a wallet address.
And it's a long ass address, right? This is like Q5NUA whatever, right? It's like 20 to 30 characters, like bloody long one. So nobody will
something so that no one
ever remembers.
And the thing is I will never know that that's your address unless we actually know each other.
So it's anonymous in a way,
Yeah, it's anonymous in a way. I have to let you know, hey, this is my address, transfer it to me. And so I would just there is a send button in your MetaMask wallet if it's decentralized.
So MetaMask is actually a type of wallet that looks like a fox. So you Google MetaMask,
it is.
You will see a fox.
Quite cute.
And they will hold and they will create wallets for you. Right?
You can create multiple accounts inside. Same wallet, multiple accounts. And then I'll send it to your address. You can use other, if you don't want to use MetaMask also can. But we have to be on the same network, say like Ethereum to Ethereum, I'll send it to you.
So it has to be the same coin?
Can be different.
It depends what they're
so like if I'm sending USDC as a USD coin to you, then yes, you're receiving USDC. I'm not gonna say like I'm sending USDC to you and then you're gonna receive it in Ethereum. No, it's not gonna happen. That actually is what my company is doing. Like, they actually do that. So you actually can swap the coin as I send it to another part.
Oh, that's very cool. Interesting.
But likely they would do it within your own. Basically, you do a swap within your own wallet lah. Because you need to move it, let's say, to another network like Solana or something.
And then only you make the transfer to that person lah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know whether at this point, right, people might be a bit like, whoa. John, you just told me, right, that Maybank, right, could use my money. So is MetaMask like basically an Angmo Maybank? So what is MetaMask? Are they a company?
Really Angmo?
I'm just being racist as fuck lah. But okay, but basically, right, what is the difference between Maybank and MetaMask?
Okay, the difference is custody.
Okay.
So like Maybank has custody of my funds. Like I literally, we actually use bank every day, but we don't realize that we actually gave them rights to our money. Like literally, the money is safe kept in. They are safe lah, basically. Or however, when MetaMask, the person who created MetaMask has no access to your funds whatsoever.
Then how does MetaMask earn money?
Very good question.
Because otherwise, why would they do that?
Correct. So MetaMask has plans. Rumors has just putting out that disclaimer that they want to launch a token eventually. So when you tokenize things for transactions or all that, they do take a transaction fee when you send. When you let's say send assets even within your own account, like one to another, right? Yeah, they take a little fee, a very very small fee.
Does this is gas fee? I'm assuming, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's I think it's more a transaction fee. Gas fee goes to the network. So like let's say if you're on Ethereum, you pay gas to Ethereum.
Transaction and the transaction is on top of the gas fees, basically.
Yeah.
Okay. So a bit of context as well, just in case you're also not following. Because if I were to be a new guy on this podcast and I'm listening to this, I confirm I'm confused. So I'm just gonna enlighten you all. When you transfer your coin to another coin, there is going to be something called a gas fee. So a gas fee is kind of like a percent that changes every fucking like minute.
A bit lah.
Yeah.
At this point, like I tried buying Axie Infinity shit, but long story lah. Okay, so basically, right, I just wanted to see how fast the gas fee would change because it can change a lot, and really fast. I give you a simple example. If I were to transfer 10 ringgit for my own account to Andrew's account in ringgit, this gas fee in Maybank can be 1 ringgit, but at the same time the next minute it can be 5 ringgit.
That's right.
It can be 10 ringgit. It can match the same amount of money you are sending. So basically,
or more. Sometimes.
Or more. Yeah. So if I send 10 ringgit to Andrew, I could end up spending like 50 ringgit or for free.
Correct.
Sometimes it's zero also.
Yeah.
So to me, this is like, what the fuck is going on? How does the gas fee change all the time? Yeah. And isn't this so crazy how like you have to use this in the future if it's in full use, It is so inconsistent. And I think that's the fear people have, when it comes to decentralized finance.
Yeah.
Because it's so inconsistent and I cannot make a transaction when it's needed because it's ridiculous if I have to make this transaction. It is not worth my money.
Correct.
So on top of this gas fee, MetaMask also takes a cut.
Correct.
So you could end up spending a lot more.
Yeah, I think MetaMask, the cut is so negligible though. It's like every time I transfer, I don't see it like pinch. Not like gas fees. Gas fees really like
gas fee hurts.
Gas fee hurts. Yeah.
But the high gas fees are a symptom of effectively supply and demand, right?
It's like I think of it like toll gate fee lah. So like when everyone wants to get out of the city at the same time and everybody congested at the jam, these people have obviously found a way that if you pay more money, I will let you go faster lah. Like a toll system.
It's a priority
system. You can take Federal Highway if you want, but then like which have no toll, it gets stuck there. Or you can take MPE lah. And you take MPE, you obviously have to pay more lah. Pay like more. The faster you want, the more you pay lah.
Okay, so now the follow-up question is where does the gas fee go? Because this I bet people also never even like people like, wait, so this fucker take all my money. Where the money go?
And who is this fucker? Kononia, you say decentralized.
That's why. So Maybank or middleman. So this is when we get into the meat of this entire thing. So can you enlighten us? Where does the gas fee go, my friend?
Yeah, can. So right, gas fees is actually rewards to the people who stake their Ethereum on their network to get money. Like these guys are not staking their Ethereum. Staking meaning like deposit there and expect some form of interest. So they're already expecting the interest. It's like a flywheel lah. Like these people pay gas fees. It goes to these people who put their Ethereum. Then you're wondering like why they need to put their Ethereum there. I mean, like they can put anywhere else get money also, right? They can sell Ethereum and just earn money. Why you want to park my Ethereum there? Well, one is because maybe they bought Ethereum at a very good price. They don't want to sell it, and they want to earn even more passive income. They don't want to just let go of one-time trade. Then like how to recreate that wealth, right? They think like, okay, I can stack more lah. Like my Ethereum can earn me more money. That's one lah. But this is touching a bit more to blockchain theory, which is, I hope this doesn't get too complicated. I'll try to simplify it, right?
It's okay. We're here, man. Don't worry about it, man.
It's basically the mechanism of staking your Ethereum on the network, you're verifying the transactions that go on in the blockchain. Because like, remember we said that data lives, it's like internet, the data lives there, right? So like your finance data, transaction data is all there, but like that anyone can make up a transaction, right? Anyone could say like, hey, I'm transferring like 100 million now. And there needs to be some sort of check and balance system to make sure, which is what banks do now.
That is the gatekeeper. They are the gatekeepers.
Yeah. So basically, these people who are staking can be anyone, by the way. It doesn't have to
be you.
Yeah, can be you, can be me, anyone. You just stake, and then while you're staking, you're basically verifying transactions.
Okay. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going to equate this to perhaps an example that lives in my simpleton mind, right? Okay. Yeah. In the modern world, we transfer money via Maybank. So Maybank comprises of hundreds of people who work in this huge company that make this system work. So if basically I transfer 10 ringgit for that Kai fund, all right?
Yeah.
Somebody in Maybank literally has to see, okay, 10 ringgit going. However, when it goes to like 100K, you're like, this is quite sus, bro. Why is 100K moving? Then you call, hey, John, why are you transferring 100K? That is kind of like the gatekeeper process.
Yep.
Right.
That's typical bank.
Yeah. Okay. So now, instead of Maybank as a company that manages this entire transaction and, you know, being the middleman and everything, right now you as a customer are working in Maybank as well. Correct? You are now part of this entire system.
Yeah, you are part of it.
That you somewhat look at these transactions. But now you are staking in order to do that. But of course, with staking, there comes risk and reward lah.
Yeah.
If you put your whatever coin up there to vouch yourself as a person that is a gatekeeper, I work in Maybank now, you get rewards, correct?
Yeah, correct.
But at the same time, I am not sure what is the risk. What
putting it up there.
What is the risk when you act as a gatekeeper? I don't know.
So like acting like a gatekeeper, staking, right? You can't just, staking, there is something called smart contracts, which I told earlier. It is basically what builds all DeFi apps, and it's code basically. It is what replaces the middleman. It's just a contract to authorize funds or hold funds. But typically they don't, like the person who create the funds, because the thing about blockchain is once you create, right, and then you can't change it. You have to create a new version of it later on if you really want to do an update or anything. So they're living on the existing one, and they basically stress test this a lot before they launch it, obviously, because nobody's going to launch a staking contract that some hacker can just come in and just wipe it out. Yeah. So the risk is smart contract risk, and it's the biggest risk in DeFi, which is why it's not, I would say, why people still say, if this team of hackers is strong enough, legit, they could just take out your smart contract, drain the funds and all that. So that's what people say. Oh, yeah, it's decentralized. Yeah, no one owns it. Even the admin already, the coders already surrender the keys. They can't access the code. They have to create a new code if they want to update and all that, right? But if a hacking team actually really did test it, and if they manage to find any exploit in your code, in your smart contract, you get exploited. And there have been quite a few exploits, but it's not like something that happens every day, but it does happen. So I have to point out, like, that is the biggest risk now in this space.
So basically, when you stake your money, you can lose your money lah. What you staked,
Correct, you can.
Okay, to people who basically run away with it.
Yeah. I think the risk is obviously bigger if you trusted a team to build. So like, let's go back to just now, gas fees, Ethereum. That is when you stake to the Ethereum blockchain network, right? If you stake through a decentralized finance app, not the Ethereum network, it's just the app that lives on it.
Like Luno or whatever.
But Luno is centralized, right? But let's say we have a decentralized version of Luno.
Okay.
If we have that lives on the Ethereum blockchain, the risk is that if the app's team develops this smart contract, it's not very tight as compared to Ethereum blockchain, because you got to think, imagine creating a whole entire OS, right? Obviously your security's got to be damn tight. But now this team that creates their own DeFi app, it's just a small app, obviously a lot smaller than the person who creates this entire OS. So obviously you can imagine whose code is tougher to crack, and how much resources they can give as a reward to people who bug bounties, they call them, for people who stress test their code to stress test their contracts to see whether it's secure or not.
Right.
So obviously it's safer to stick with a blockchain network like Ethereum
versus
you go through like a decentralized app. Like I'll give an example, even XC Infinity is a DeFi. In a way, it's all built on smart contracts. So XC Infinity will be a smaller DeFi app as compared to the entire Ethereum blockchain.
XC Infinity is a game for you all who are not so familiar.
Yeah, it's like Pokemon that can earn you money.
Yes, you play cards and then you earn money. Okay.
Now not so much.
Now
not so much. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to backtrack a little bit.
Oh yeah, let's go.
Okay, but earlier you mentioned about smart contracts, right? So I'm assuming a lot of people right now are thinking we have used a lot of jargon, smart contracts. We've used a lot of
way too many.
Nodes. We used a lot so far. So maybe we go one step at a time, right?
Yeah, can.
What is a smart contract, and how does it differentiate between one coin and another coin? So if let's say, what is Bitcoin's smart contract, and how is it different from Ethereum's smart contract?
Okay.
And what is a smart contract?
Okay, so let's start with maybe what a smart contract is. Smart contracts basically is a set of rules, and it's like how you would have a contract, like if condition A, B, and all that. So you can basically hard code any sort of the terms and the flow and the whole thing. Basically, this whole set of rules. And the thing is, apart from just storing the rules, they can self-execute the rules.
It's a line of orders that need to be fulfilled within this application. Correct?
It is essentially code, but you think of it in a layman example, it's the best example someone has told me about it. It says it's like a vending machine. When you go to a vending machine, you already know what to expect. Like you put in, there's only this amount of inputs I can put in, like A1, A2, blah, blah, blah. It's fixed for you as the user. It means that will look like, if you use a DeFi app with smart contract, it looks like all the buttons there, like deposit, blah, blah, withdraw, everything. That's the front end of it. And then your outcome is like, the money goes into the fund. And then like,
is it enough
and
money?
Therefore it starts to, is it enough money? Okay. And then successful, pay the gas fee already. This person deserves to get their interest start generating right away. And then after that, I want to withdraw now. Okay, withdraw. Then approved. The whole lot basically is like a vending machine that runs.
It's like a step-by-step process basically, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know whether I understand what you're trying to say. Okay, but just to clarify.
Yeah.
It is like a vending machine.
Yeah.
That has a set number of processes that need to be fulfilled for you to get your drink. Example.
Correct.
There are 5 drinks, right? Each drink costs a different amount.
Yeah.
So 1 ringgit, 1 ringgit 10, 1 ringgit 20, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So in this machine, there are things that need to be fulfilled in order for you to get your drink.
Correct.
You need to put money inside.
Yeah.
The money needs to be enough money.
Yeah.
Machine will understand that this is enough money to give you that drink. Correct?
Correct.
After putting enough money, click on button. That button will say that drink will come out. You will receive drink. So as a smart contract, it's kind of like this entire app is based on these set of rules. Right? So what is the reward and what's the difference between one coin and another coin then?
Okay, so for like a coin is made up of a contract address. If you go and look up in the blockchain, right, every different token, like let's say Ethereum, Bitcoin, Avalanche, Solana,
they're all different
contracts, correct?
With different
and
set
they
of
have
rules.
Their own natures, their own set of rules, but they're just contract addresses. Smart contracts is that is just usually the token nature of it, right? Like it stores funds and all that. But smart contracts is when it gets a bit more complicated, where you actually have functions where people they can approve how much goes into here, and when the approved funds actually moves out from your wallet into that contract, what happens? Like, does it start to accrue interest and all that? And then when you withdraw, how much you get back? So it's like a full, like you get it's like Maybank, but down to everything you're doing with Maybank down to the smart contract, literally.
Right.
Yeah.
But basically, all is just if what you say is exactly what it is, right?
Yeah.
That means the only difference between Bitcoin and let's say Ethereum, two different coins.
Yeah.
Is it interest?
So the difference is that you can't just do this with like, oh, I want to do this with Ethereum kind of thing. So it is a bit Bitcoin is the original blueprint for most of the cryptocurrencies that we see. Ethereum came second after.
Yeah.
The difference, what separated Ethereum from Bitcoin, is that Ethereum has smart contracts. Bitcoin has its own now with the Bitcoin Lightning Network. They're coming up with all that. But Ethereum got there first, and that's why gas fees are high on Ethereum, because everyone thinks that's the only place where I can actually do decentralized finance, play Axie Infinity, do all these things on it. All these interesting apps that live on the Ethereum network. Yeah. So it's not so much this coin got how many interests or whatever. It's purely subjective to which projects, what apps are built on like Ethereum or other networks, and they will tell you what the features are. Some are for borrowing and lending, some are like an exchange. I think so far we've only discussed exchange kind, where when I swap, they take a fee, that kind of thing. But there's also like the borrowing kind, the lending kind. There's a lot of things. Basically, whatever you could do at a bank, they strip down the functions down to here, put it into a smart contract form. You can just do it from your wallet, basically. Yeah.
What is another example of what you can do with the Ethereum network? Within the smart contract, of course.
Okay, so apart from just exchanging your one token for another, what you can do is you can lend, like supply your Ethereum or even stable coins like USDC, whatever. And that alone, you get a certain percent of money, like you would in a bank, like because you put up your collateral, right? But on top of that, you actually, because you've supplied some money, you can actually borrow out any amount according to a certain percentage of a threshold, like maybe like 80%. If you borrow more than that, then the bank takes away. Like you get liquidated, the money is taken away. It's no longer in your possession. So then you can borrow money out that way. So that's one thing you can do. Typically, why people do this is if you're early on like Ethereum, Solana, any the blockchain, the native token, that coin, that whatever the coin that you use to pay gas fees, right, which will obviously grow in value because everyone starts to discover, Ethereum can do so many things. Imagine Ethereum at $3 last time, and then now it's like 1,000 times more, right? Yeah. So instead of I take that Ethereum that has grown 1,000 times and just sell it off straight away, what I can do is I put it into the app where it allows me to lend and borrow. Example, this will be Aave, AAVE. It's a lending borrowing market. You put in your Ethereum. Your Ethereum is now worth like 3,000. But remember, you started with $3 only. Now you get to borrow up to like 3,000. Okay, 50% maybe. Let's not be too ridiculous. 50%. Instead of you could only borrow up to $3 last time or like $150 last time. Now your 50% is so much more. You could borrow up to $1,500 worth.
So you can borrow and you can use more lah, basically.
You can use the value that you have in your position and
more.
And it's up to you what you want to do with that. You could even take that, put it into somewhere that gains you like 20% interest or something like that. And then slowly, and when do you pay off the debt? In our bank today, you pay it off every month.
Yeah.
In DeFi, your debt accrues at the percentage. It's really there. The moment you agree to borrow, the money comes into your wallet, then the debt rate start accruing. There's a debt rate there that accrues. The same way they would have rewarded you for you putting up your asset, you get a reward rate.
Staking, yeah. It's the reverse.
Right. Yeah, correct.
Okay. So I think the follow-up question is, if this were to be like God's answer to the way we would use transactions, and it's from system butter to using cash, and now it's the future where we use coins that are invisible to our eye for us to trade for services and goods. How do you see this being implemented in a day-to-day life, right? When everything is measured in such small quantities. For example, you had mentioned how, Ethereum was $3 and now it's 1,000 times more, right? So if one coin in Ethereum used to be worth $3 and now is worth $3,000, okay, which is a crazy rate of inflation in a way, right? Because last time 3 ringgit, you can buy this only, but now your 3 ringgit is 3,000, right? The value. How would people use this day to day? Instead of, or is this just, because from what I hear, it is a money making tool rather than a utilization. Because why would someone buy something for 1 Ethereum knowing it could be more the next day? So that means, right, the value of that item, right, everything that can be purchased or whatever service that can be used. I'm going to tip this butler today 1 Ethereum. Fucker, next day, deal I just
give him like
3,000. You know what I mean? And we don't know, you see, because it's so inconsistent. It's up and down on a not even daily basis. Stock market closes at 5 p.m. This is by the second. The moment Russia attacked Ukraine, pray for Ukraine. Right?
Dang, payday sale on stock market.
Yeah. Everything just drops like a motherfucker.
Yeah, pretty much.
And now everybody's just like, bro, I think I better just hold cash. Because why would I keep my money in a coin when life itself is so unpredictable? So the follow-up question for me is, how would one utilize this on a day-to-day basis if it were to be such a inconsistent, what's the word I'm looking for? Exchange.
Exchange, like store of value. I think that's what a lot of people say. Because if you say that, you got so much functions that you can do, you can transact with this, but the value itself doesn't hold stable like what we have in a USD or any currency that we have.
I can even say ringgit also more stable. Bro, like tomorrow Kai Fan is still going to be 6 ringgit.
Correct. Your Kai Fan cannot inflate to like 2.
My Kai Fan ain't going to be 2,400 ringgit, bro.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So what is the use then apart from it earning more money?
I would say, well, that's a good question. Obviously, I think the main reason why people would want to use this is obviously that there is no central party like governing it like you don't have a system where whoever the banks around the world are dictating how the money works and how it works and all that. So in that sense, people want that, and some people want privacy over their money, like they may have got their money by certain means and they don't want people to know. Or they can't even get a bank account because of their sort of business. What sort of businesses
they deny the loan, whatever. A lot of things, a lot of reasons why.
So I would see this use case is I definitely agree that the whole inflation thing is real, which is why part of me still disagrees that countries adopting Bitcoin. I'm a bit mixed feelings about it.
Like Venezuela, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
El Salvador, Venezuela. So like I'm a bit like, that is nice in the idea that you think of, okay, the banks are gonna we don't need to rely on banks and everyone gets their money, those who cannot get banked and all that, bank accounts and all that, right? But obviously the problem is that
the value,
like you said, today I could be paid 1,000, tomorrow gone, like tomorrow $400 or something like that. And I would say as a currency is probably not safe. It's not legit. It's not a store of value to say that, guys, this is going to be the official currency and therefore this is the new way we trade. Probably not. I see that the way this is going forward is this has to coexist with whatever exists right now, and likely it will actually pressure the existing financial system to create some sort of something that's close to par with what they have
which
here.
Benefits the consumer rather than
then so system. They have to realize that, okay, we are losing customers. They have to actually start in a way catching up to what DeFi and cryptocurrency
it's basically competition.
It's basically competition.
It's funny how Dad said work in a bank.
Yeah, that's
irony. Strong irony, Dad, if you're watching this.
So you
probably doesn't.
You don't believe that decentralized finance will replace traditional financial structures?
They have to exist together, I feel.
I see.
I feel that even traditional finance is coming up with their own central bank digital currency.
Right.
Which
the Maybank.
Then people will say, if we do this, then if we do this, then that's it lah. No one want to use Bitcoin already. But I'm like, are you serious? Like, you still have to surrender your identity to the banks if you want to use the central bank digital currency.
Exactly.
And that's exactly why people turn to cryptocurrency. If you see what's happening in Canada with the protests and everything, a lot of people turn to Bitcoin because of that. Like the moment someone governments try to basically
have their
way and by force, and then then people will realize that this is our civil rights to have access to our money, like banking facilities. So if you take that away, thank God for cryptocurrency. We have a way now to do it without you guys.
It's an alternative backup way also in a way.
Correct. Basically alternative.
Not exactly the most stable, but there is.
Correct. Pretty much.
Yeah. Not exactly, but there is. It exists lah.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk a bit more about Web3, right?
Yeah, sure.
This is such a long fucking question. I got to read it. Okay. So you mentioned the importance of Web3,
Yeah.
right? But let's talk about the difference in evolution from Web 1 2, which I mentioned earlier. It's how like you define websites, and Web 2, it's kind of like how you have domains and all that, right?
Yeah.
But how Web 3 would impact our lives in the future? Because we talked a lot about cryptocurrency previously, right?
Yeah.
But how would Web 3 be different in our transactionary lives?
Okay. In transactionary, as in like our daily, like whatever we do, how we do what we're doing now.
Yes.
But looking a bit different in the future,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Wow. It's like asking me to prophesy the future, dude. I got no crystal ball here. Holy Spirit also, I'm not sure.
We need your clairvoyance.
I've had conversations with a few people regarding Web3 because when they explain to me the premise of Web3, it's kind of like how everything is just direct now. You don't need to go to a domain and everything. It's like information. Example, email, right? You don't need to have Google now, right? Google polices a lot of things. Like, for example, your search results. I think if you go to different countries and you search for, let's say, if you're in China, actually China doesn't have Google, but poor example. If you were to search something that, okay, for example, we're in Malaysia, right? Talk about May 13. So in Google is a very left-wing company. They would probably show you what is May 13 all about. However, there are going to be certain results because they are very biased towards the left side, in which, let's say, if I talked about child rape and Obama or Biden or whatever, because they are Democrats, right?
Yeah.
They would probably give you results like how Joe Biden is against child rape. But they would never show you Joe Biden rapes child. Or another example is kind of like, what the fuck is that terrorist group again?
Al-Qaeda.
Al-Qaeda, ISIS and all that, right?
Yeah.
ISIS. Yeah. If you were to Google ISIS torture, right, Google will never show you a result.
Really?
That sort of thing, like censorship, right?
Yes, it is censorship. So if you Google right now, right, you search ISIS torture,
I wouldn't be able to find
no videos, because they'll be like, this is too dark.
Oh, no videos lah.
No videos. Dude, think about it.
Yeah.
Last time, I guarantee you got, because there were 99 pages of search results. Now, how many? 6? 9? 4?
Oh, he's actually doing it.
Yeah, I mean, I see the thumbnail. Whether or not it's actually a torture.
They will never show you a person being decapitated, is my point.
Fair. I mean, it's from ABC News. They're not going to show you decapitation. You know.
But my point is, you need to find not YouTube, because YouTube is under Google.
You need to go to the dark web.
Yep, basically.
Yeah. Okay. So, right, Web 3.0 is a place where people can send you the video, right, on a player, right, and you just watch it. Kind of like how you would email people your videos last time.
A bit.
Right?
A bit.
And then people would know how to search for that video, because people give you like that long phrase and then you just key in and then like that. Actually, people take it for granted, because I think at least 80% of people I know uses Chrome lah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you do too.
I use Chrome as well.
Yeah, everybody uses Chrome, right? So what we take for granted is actually Chrome as a browser is actually
watching us.
Yes, and they police what you search with.
Yeah.
100%.
So you technically can't even search for it. Technically, you can't search for it. You can't view it as well, because even if you got the right domain to visit, sometimes they say, this domain has been blocked by whatever.
Sure.
Yep.
Right. So Web 3 is going to be that state, right, where everybody can just search whatever and find whatever, but not search. You need to know. It's given via information, like either word of mouth, either via text message and whatever, right?
Communities and all that. Yeah.
So what do you think is going to be like that big change for us, and when do you think it's going to happen? Because if this is going to change, right,
yeah,
a lot of people are going to deal very differently. Right? They're going to be platformless, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody's going to have like fucking chat. I don't know how the fuck they're going to have chat. Kind of like MSN Messenger, but no MSN. Just Messenger.
Yeah, just
Messenger.
Messenger raw.
Yeah.
Which is very interesting how they would do that, because to not have a central party having a chat going on.
Because that's what decentralization is all about, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
So I was having a conversation.
I mean, in theory, you just do it via a smart contract, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, you do it.
It's just strange to think about.
It's the unlearning and learning thing.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a contradiction. I mean, like, just go a bit sidetrack. Like, is that yes, decentralization means this is the future where we cut off the middleman. But here's the weird thing: when we need to communicate, we need to deal. We are kind of centralizing at one point and connecting.
Yeah.
So it's a bit oxymoron that we're supposed to meet here, but at the same time, we want to cut out whatever, like this thing that facilitates our meeting.
Yeah.
So it's that will be, I see that this is the space we are in right now, that we are figuring this part out. Like, well, what does it look like? Because you say we're going to
it's
like
so hard to imagine, bro. It's so hard to imagine.
Yeah.
If you think about it, like, what is the UI, the UX UI for this? How is it going to look like? One, it's kind of like in the past, right? If you talk to your parents and you told them, oh, later in the future, right, there'll be a screen. Okay, in this screen, right, you will see all your friends' names there. You can click on your friend's name and you can talk to them immediately just by typing to them. Your parents will be like, you cheese in LA. You just call them faster ma.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right? But they forget how the culture will change and shape. And now email is like, why you haven't sent an email? Why haven't you WhatsApp your client, etc.?
What would be interesting is when we watch this podcast again 10 years from now or 20 years or however long it might take to get like pure adoption, right? We look back and laugh and say, how did we not imagine this?
My son and daughter laugh at me.
You can clearly message
my daddy
someone
is a
without a
sohai.
party.
Yeah. Right. But okay, so following this, right, I also feel as if this is a bit off tangent, but what are your thoughts, right, on decentralization of finance and Web3 and all that? And how do you think safety will be policed? Because if you think about it, if everything is decentralized and we are two terrorists over here, and I were to tell you, bro, you just wire me this amount and I bomb this place now. In banks, right, this is how they check. Right? If there is an absurd amount, that's when they call you and be like, hey, this is a very suspicious activity that's going on. Right? So how would this be policed?
Wow.
Or if you don't know also, you can just say, I have no idea.
I think the point is that I think the nature of it is there is no police. And the onus is now on the sender or receiver, assuming it's transactionary, to keep themselves in check.
Wow.
For you to not fall for
that means evil people will get very, very evil.
Seeing as how political moral is fucking bullshit, then you want to expect people not to commit acts of fucking racism, man.
But it's the nature of it, right? The fact is there is no one to police you. So the onus is on the terrorists to terrorize and for a
good cause.
The peace. The resistance to keep resisting, you know? And I guess it's whoever is smarter.
Basically, everybody anonymous, You know the anonymous, what the fuck is that guy who wears the Guy Fawkes mask?
Oh.
Anonymous.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah. George, you know what's the guy? Anonymous. You know the guy? We are Anonymous Legion. Huh?
Anon.
Nah, it's just anonymous. Fuck it, I forgot already. But for me, I think I was having this conversation with MJ, and MJ was saying there's a lot of things where he also, but this was months ago. He was saying about how do you govern all this and all that. So at that time, I gotta catch up with MJ, I swear to God. But how does one govern this? And then he also brought up that whole takkan you go mama and pay bang, berapa satu TOS? Then you 0.0003856 Bitcoin. Then you
how much is that?
Right? Right.
Yeah.
So a lot of these questions I feel cannot be answered. Or I feel as if there's a morality is questioned, right? And value is questioned, right? When it comes to transactions.
Yeah.
So I every time I come and have conversations with people regarding this, I feel like there's no answer.
Yeah.
Actually, on the transferring of going to mama and ordering a teh ice and saying it's whatever right? If you reach that tipping point of mass adoption, very likely there will be a sub metric to make it more perceivable.
So it's a lingo that it could be easier to utilize.
Precisely.
Like
so
kosong 4 then 583.
The very simple example is you have $1, which is $1, and then you have a sub-metric of cents, right? You're basically putting a multiplier, and it's a factor of the base dollar.
Yeah.
It's the same shit with Bitcoin, right? Or whatever, you have a multiplier, so you have a sub-metric. Yeah. So that one.
A multiplier.
Yeah,
okay,
so I think that's totally fine. Very solvable mathematical thing. And then let's just say it's called Bitcoin 2, right? And then it's actually just 3 Bitcoin 2 for your TOIs. A lot more perceivable. And then you can go home and you can calculate okay? So, right? 3.
Oh shit! I paid 500 ringgit for fucking TOIs.
Yeah, that one I think is easy to solve. It's the policing that's the question to answer, right? And I suppose what I imagine it to be is there will be a lot of new industries that will arise. So you'll have a lot more pseudo insurance.
The nuance to tackle these nuances.
Yeah.
Tackle
exactly.
These nuances, yeah.
So let's say we talk about transaction or like scams related to monetary scams, right? Related to transactions. You'll probably have a lot more insurance products available in the market. to cover
your ass,
myself from these really smart scammers, right?
Mm.
And then these insurance companies will probably profit, right? So that's one way to combat it, lah. There's no active policing, so to speak, but you insure yourself, lah. So that's okay, what?
At least ass is covered, basically.
Yeah, theoretically. Yeah. But then in the example of, you pay me this, I go and bomb. Bit hard.
It's difficult.
Not a lot of insurance can cover that.
Yeah.
Okay. Which follows up to my following question, right? You were in some of the talking points you had sent to Poye and Poye also forward to me. I mean, how is Web3, right, connected to the metaverse? Because if we were to live on this virtual plane in which we are hooked up to a computer and we go to work, have fun, have social gatherings and whatever, how is this Web 3.0 when this is actually still Web 2.0? So I was doing a video shoot the other day with Chok in a factory.
In a factory
Where it's freaking hot. It's like,
where's this factory? Yeah.
The factory is in Bukit Beruntung.
Got it. So very far.
Actually, it's not that far. It's just above Rawang. It is really hot. Right. So I was shooting with Chok, right? And Chok was holding this, like, how many kg was it? 7 kg? 7 kg rig. It's really like, you got to hold it with 2 hands, right? And then Chok was saying how, like, see John, I'm like, steady, you know. But then, right, when he had to bend down and record certain things, it was kind of like not so flexible. But then he was like, ayo, shit lah, should I worn the bottom slap pants?
And were you wearing the bottom slap pants?
I was. And I was like, see, Chok, this is why we have a sponsor.
They're honestly great pants.
Yeah. That's why it's a bottom slap pants, you know. And it was so stretchy, I could like bend down up. And I was like, you see, Chok? Then I held on to the rig and I was like, You can bend down. You can feel the drop. And I can just immediately go back up. It was springy. It was flexible. And I was sweating, but I didn't feel a thing. Only when I went back home, I was like, damn, I sweat a lot, way. And it still felt really like breezy.
Right. Which, I mean, I suppose like if you can't feel it, that's useful in events, right? Because you're typically like half client facing where you have to look presentable,
100%,
and half working in a factory where you're.
And I still wear those pants because even if I don't shoot in a factory, I'm in the office. Right. I still wear those pants because it looks freaking good. Looks clean.
I wear it to the office all the time too.
Yeah.
So you should use the code YAMCHA10, get 10% off.
Do you not want your ass to look at that? Whoa. Fuck. It can go so low.
Chunky old John.
Bro, do you not want to get these pants? Get the pants. YAMCHA10. Use the code.
Respect.
Record your video in factories wearing Momentum pants. It's legit. Do it. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Like Facebook owns a metaverse. In that sense, yeah.
There is no difference, right? Owning a virtual space and then Web 2.0. It is Web 2.0. You are not graduating from Web 2.0 if there is a virtual space. And I see shitloads of people, or maybe it's just the media feeding me shit that I also don't know whether I'm watching is real. NFTs that cost millions. Virtual space by Snoop Dogg.
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, Sandbox.
Virtual land. Yeah.
Yep.
All this.
Virtual real estate. Yeah.
Yeah, virtual real estate. You know, I've bought this with like XYZ coin and all that, right?
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, what is the difference between this and Web 2.0? When everybody talks about Web 3.0, how it's very decentralized.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what's the difference?
But so I think our understanding of the metaverse is centralized, which put in that context is Web 2.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that there is a convergence between Web 3 and the metaverse.
Web 2. Okay.
Where I don't know how it would work.
Yeah.
But there would be a virtual space for you to explore, buy land, buy whatever the fuck it is you want, yet have it decentralized.
Yeah. So that is what Decentraland Sandbox claims to be doing. Because what they have, the space that they have lives on the blockchain network, lives on Ethereum. No one can say that Vitalik, the founder of Ethereum, it is decentralized because he actually surrendered. He's not gonna come one day and say, okay guys, I'm gonna take this Ethereum project up now, like Bill Gates like that. Oh, we're gonna hike up tax here, like some government like that, and start to govern per se. Because governance on Ethereum runs, actually, in fact, any decentralized thing should be governed by a decentralized organization. They call it DAOs, decentralized autonomous organization. And that's where, if this metaverse lives on the blockchain in that sense, instead of living on Facebook's platform, then yes, it's fully decentralized because there is no admin governance. But with that comes the policing issue, which your governance team, like your governance, fully democratic governance, the decentralized organization, I said, has to be strong, has to be really like they're on their toes, and they actually have a team, they actually have a structure in place. They have the enforcing people, they take proposal votes every now and then. Actually, it is quite a common practice in the decentralized projects, right? Even in XC as well, certain rules about how the price or the mechanics of like their in-game items should be priced, or how you earn them. That they take votes, like they take governance votes.
Right.
So this actually forms the base of which this metaverse will look like lah. And that's how, this is currently what it looks like for the Web3 stuff going on lah.
So these DAOs, do they operate strictly on a majority rule system?
Is it
that's
voting?
Good question. Yeah, it's a majority voting lah. It is a majority voting thing.
I see.
So democratic. So we all know democracy does have its weakness, of course.
Sure.
Yeah, because you get some really not the wisest people voting.
Yeah, precisely. And
that's gonna be an issue.
A huge risk is herd mentality also lah. Everyone just collectively thinks like idiots. Doesn't make it right. It's just majority of you are stupid. And
correct.
Then, that's a problem.
Hopefully they realize that, and they realize that, okay, we need to change our governance proposal to, instead of 100% democracy, maybe we gotta hire, like we gotta vote again. So we're going back to where we were before Web3.
Traditional democracy.
Great, like some sort of monarchy plus democracy thing going on, like mix. I don't know, like governance is governance, right? This is a whole other topic.
I don't know why, right? There is no like term, right, for a pseudo democracy. I don't know why. Is it socialism? Is that what it is?
What is your version of a pseudo democracy?
Hybrid lah.
Like why can't it be both, like partial
two governance, bipartisan government?
Yeah, like kind of like even I'm not for it, but like just an example, right? If let's say it was part dictator, part democracy in some way, like if the dictator would dictate certain things, like I don't know how government jobs are like this, and then like democracy you can vote for certain things, but the guy has to stay in power because it's for the greater good. I sound like Karl Marx and shit lah, but like you get the point, right? It can be a mix, right? I just don't know why we have to like label it black and white. Why can't it be partial?
So it's like one country ruled by Biden and Kim Jong-un.
Something like that lah.
Right, where some rules...
But they're the same guy lah. It's like Kim Jong Biden lah, Kim Jong Un.
Yo.
Kim Dun.
Kim Dun, okay. Bai Jong Un.
You know, why can't it be partial, and then like people will be like, yeah, actually this is a great system. Because I think if you're like, people are gonna hate me lah, and I normally would never say this, but if you look at Singapore, it's like, isn't it partial,
family business?
Yeah, like it's not exactly 100% democracy, and a lot of Singaporeans can attest to this also, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not 100% democracy, but like you can't
do a lot of things there.
Lee Kuan Yew,
a lot of things, yeah.
You can't,
sure.
And I understand lah, and maybe that's why it functions so well, because they don't need to paint it black and white.
Maybe.
I'm not saying it's a great place. I'm just saying it functions very efficiently. Mm-hmm. Like if you think about it, that's like what's missing in a lot of countries, which could make it a lot more efficient, man.
Yeah.
If you understand your country's cultural aspects, like if you knew that Malaysia is a multicultural country, and you know that a lot of, example, Chinese people would send their kids to Chinese school, which would only like propagate more racist thoughts in kids. When you go out and then after you meet with friends, you're like, hey, I want to hang out with Chinese people only. Because it's been fed to you, right?
Yeah.
That I only hang out with Chinese people. When you go to even, let's say, primary school, you're Chinese school, and then you go to secondary school, and then you finally mix with various races and religions. Are you going to hang out with a different religion and race? No, as a kid, you're instinctively going to hang out with whoever came with you from that school. Indian or fucking Malay. You're just going to be the same Chinese fella talking to Chinese people, or that one or two Indian or Malay people that came from Chinese school. Because that guy also speaks Mandarin.
Yeah.
On top of that, there's this fear as a kid, right? Because when you speak to different people, you're like, I think my English not so good. I better not talk to that person. So fear kind of governs you, and then you're forever in that state.
Yeah.
But if you're a government and you understood your culture, right? Like, you know, I know, right? My country has vernacular schools. I should abolish it and make everybody go to a singular type of school.
Sure.
And that way, everybody will be together from the beginning. Because I'm pretty sure at this point, everybody is like friends with who they went to school with, irregardless of it. You don't even think about it.
Correct. You just autopilot everyone's.
The challenge is that's perspective. If you make one decision, not everyone is agreeable.
Oh, for sure.
That one's for sure lah.
Yeah,
That's given.
Which is the problem, right? Like in this specific example, we may think that abolishing vernacular schools.
No, it's just it's a theory lah. It's a theory lah.
And that applies to every other aspect lah, right? It couldn't be outside of vernacular schools.
Yeah.
But then if I decide to abolish it, people who are all about, I need to extend my cultural roots, generations to come, this dilutes it. We're making a mistake.
Yeah, because they prioritize their own versus the greater good, and because they themselves don't really fully understand the culture. So there are a lot of things.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You know, they don't understand like, oh shit, when my ancestors chose to move here, it came with a price. You have to somehow not eat with chopsticks, eat with fork and spoon, or eat with hand once in a while.
Yeah.
But at the same time, other people can do the same. But you see, I think Singapore did that well because they're like, fuck your HBD flat, everybody must follow the percentage of the, you know, even schools have to follow, things like that. And I feel it kind of makes them, people are not 100% damn smart to understand this.
Yeah.
But only when they are in that situation, they're like, oh my God, Yahweh. You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I personally agree with it from like what.
But a lot of people that are like pro Chinese school, they're like, "We fuck this John dude. He doesn't even know what
or
the
also
fuck he's talking about."
If you were an American who is very individualistic, you telling me I have to live in
the freedom is
in
not
this
lah,
HDB, I can't even live to the next one because that quota is full. I'll flip my shit, bro.
Yeah, because you earn your money, right? Yeah, true lah. I'm sorry, we went totally off tangent. It's an internal rage I have with the country. Yeah,
that's the whole thing.
Yeah. Okay. Let's talk a bit about the metaverse and how digital virtual space is a thing.
Okay.
But do you own any virtual space?
Actually, I do.
Oh shit! What the
Oh,
fuck?
nice.
Do you, Drew?
I don't. I wish I did.
I own like this gallery on the Terra network. It's basically if you bought any NFTs,
you can
it will nicely be displayed there in your Terra colony. It's called Colony lah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why? Why did you choose that space?
I think they let me choose some so how they do this phase, you pick 3 words and you form. Thank you. And you basically form the name of your colony, and they give you all the words there to pick lah. You can't just random whatever lah. So if you put, me thinking, just be very honest with you, sometimes I make very silly. This is one of the silly decisions I made in my life. Honest. So like before you buy anything on all this, just
all this internet barang.
Yeah, literally. Make sure get review. Make sure get friends to opinion
check,
or something.
Right. Cross check.
Yeah. This was a purchase made really late at night when I was not very.
I was not in my best position.
honestly, I can relate to those traders who say that it's like you're an athlete, you got to be in your top form. If not, you don't trade, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Same thing. Don't make any money decisions when you're not steady, lah. Really. So got to pick some names, and me thinking this would be like a .com kind of thing. www something.
Yep.
It's true. Like if you look at the .com whatever, if you bought some really good domain,
you can sell.
You could sell like so much now.
Yeah.
But on the Terra network, I'm not sure, man. Like if I bought it on Ethereum network, different story lah. Because like we know everyone loves Ethereum. Like we got like few billions of people on Ethereum.
I have a friend.
Yeah.
He has an Ethereum shirt and he wears it religiously. I'm talking to you, Lashwin.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man.
You never know. Maybe the Terra network becomes.
I'm hoping that
your gallery becomes the next
so
Mona Lisa podium.
The Terra network's coin is called Luna, and the group the fans are called Lunatics, like lunatics.
Bro, I bought Luna, bro.
You
Nice.
Not financial advice. What
this
we bought,
fucking MJ brand. Oh yeah, hey John, come, let's go, John. Let's
Luna to the
let's come,
moon.
John. For me, right, I only did it because I felt like actually the logic kind of weighs out, and even that one also I'm not 100% certain because the way it's positioned is like macam like win-win situation only. Then I went in, then I like, oh man, I see the price. I like,
what's going on?
I bought at a high. Is it what the fuck?
Definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you, man. I feel you. But yeah, because Luna has a very, I feel of all the blockchain networks, so Ethereum has their little specialty where they were the first guys you could build apps on it. Then what's Terra special about their Luna token and
the UST coin.
UST stablecoin
Right.
is that they have built this mechanism in such a way that they want to actually build a decentralized economy. Like
it's the burning and building and the burning and the building.
Yeah, I mean, like this part, we're losing a lot of people here now by what we're saying. But if you are interested, go really do your own research. But really, like Terra's the only network that has this thing going on, which makes it unique. And they want to build this economy system. And it's very much like Singapore, where they focus on building a stablecoin economy first. Like you were literally trying to actually build a blockchain that will use stablecoin, for mass use. Like use stablecoin as their gas fee, which I think is very unique compared to every other blockchain. That's why I went in and Metaverse. Back to the question. What's the question?
The question was
Metaverse?
no. The question was, did you buy?
Did
space?
you buy any?
And the answer is yes. And you display your NFTs, right? Okay.
Which I have none, by the way.
Huh?
What? So your gallery is empty? That's a crime. You gotta buy one now.
Can't you make an NFT? Just mint it and put it up, lah. Fucking draw a picture, lah.
Actually, I can. I could mint some Terra something if I want to.
Yeah. Actually, I'm not so sure what the minting process entails. I know Eheng has been selling shitloads of NFTs. Like, yeah, man. Dude, you don't know?
Damn.
Yeah, man. For ETH, bro. Like 0.3, 0.5 type ETH, bro. And he's public about this. He puts on Insta.
So good for him, man. Honestly.
Yeah. And like, I feel like, fuck, we should do that too, lah. We should also sell some shit.
I think it's a symptom of how well known you are, or what you can offer, like,
or what you can be, Drew. That's the thing, right? I feel what crypto is, right, is what you can be, or what it can be. What is the potential? Are you investing in a prodigy? Are you investing in the next Mona Lisa NFT wise?
Fair enough. So if you have faith in us, we'll be minting some soon.
You know what I mean? But I don't know what minting means. Because, right, to me, to me personally, when I bring up the conversation about NFTs to people, right, I don't believe in NFTs. I don't get it. Okay, example. I draw a picture. Okay, do you watch anime?
Yeah.
Okay, let's say you watch Naruto. Naruto. Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
We will have an elaborate conversation.
Your expression tells me a lot. I like this. I like this. A man of culture.
I wish I stuck on through Shippuden, but I watched until Shippuden basically. I didn't finish it. My fiance is big about Shippuden.
You found
the whole thing. Like,
you nabbed the girl that watched finish Shippuden,
and you didn't.
What kind of fucking universe is this?
I started
and your name is Matthias?
Bro, this is damn
Do you
rare.
even deserve this name, bro? Motherfucker like you.
You know, I've always said it's a random as like thought I have in my head. You know how you look at multiracial couples? You'll very likely see like an Indian guy with a Chinese girl. Very rarely the opposite.
This is the anime opposite.
This is even more rare than that, bro. This takes it to a new level. How do you have a fiance who finished Naruto and you didn't?
Shippuden,
What the fuck?
Yeah, Shippuden. Yeah.
That's insane.
And she says Boruto is trash.
Oh, she haven't read. That's why she watched only, right? Sorry, tell her go read.
Yeah. She read it. Gets better. She becomes its own thing.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, sorry to sidetrack.
Back to NFT, right?
Yeah.
So, like example, if I draw,
minting.
If I drew a sick picture of 5 Kages, the Hokage, the Raikage, all these,
I'd be a buyer.
then they thanks.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Okay, so I minted whatever the fuck minting means. Okay, basically it is officially only one version of this.
Sure.
Okay, I sell it to Andrew buyer, right?
Yep.
He buys it for like half ETH or 1 ETH, whatever lah.
I'm a baller. Let's go.
Yeah, 1 ETH. He buys my picture of the Gokage Summit.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Can't I just fucking screenshot this picture,
Right click
bro?
save as.
Yeah.
Not. My one is the OG, bro.
I know, and I respect that.
Yeah.
Right?
Everyone should.
Is this a big dick thing?
It is a big dick thing.
It is a big dick thing, right?
100%. And there are many other things in life that already exist that are just big dick things.
Example.
A fucking Merce. Anything, right?
Anything
Anything with a mild prestige in it. A Rolex, a fucking Rolls Royce, a big house, right? Fancy glasses, whatever the fuck it is, lah, right? It's prestige, right? It's a big dick thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, right, NFT, right? Back to NFT.
Yeah.
Let's say I right click save as, and I just make a minor edit, put a dot there.
Cool.
Right?
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Second edition Gokage Summit.
With a dot.
With a dot, I fucking mint it. And I just say this is the original. I call another guy, can, right?
Yeah.
You could.
You could.
Then second dot, third dot, whatever lah, until the whole thing is black lah,
So
right?
you,
but basically you get my point, right?
so you were the one doing the dot, is it?
I'm the creator lah.
Okay. I see.
Right, because I'm the asshole.
Sure. Yeah.
So
You're
I'm
monetizing,
basically, I am basically the salesman that con people
Yeah.
into purchasing this piece of art and telling them that this is an original picture done by me or done by Masashi Kishimoto, the original creator. He's like, I did this, I minted it, and then whoever owns it, owns it. Now for me personally lah, right? If I drew, let's say a Gokage Summit, literally physically drew don't scan no digital art bullshit here. I drew it with my fucking hand and I am Masashi Kishimoto. Would you want to buy it?
I'll buy it.
I'll buy it.
Right. Okay, now if I photostat, right?
Yep.
And then you touched it, right? And you can not smudge it because it's ink, right? And it's really hard. Would you buy it?
No.
No.
Yeah, probably the defect.
So
But it's,
Is that the reason?
no, like the fuck.
I mean, that's one factor, but it's a tiny one.
It's just basically right. Like
but it's a real factor though. It could be your smudge, like actually you smudged it, not like someone copy paste.
I guess lah. But the point here is the point here is I feel as if like in this space, right, in the metaverse, right, where people can display their NFTs and all this lah, it just doesn't make sense to me because the art, right, even if it was original, right, who would visit your fucking space and be like, bro, that art's pretty legit? Are you paying fucking 1 ETH for people to say that's a nice piece of art if they visit your place? Bro, that is a high asking, like, that's a high ask lah.
I don't think so, Leh. I think it's a perfectly reasonable ask.
So you would visit Chok's house to see his NFTs and be like, Chok, that's a great piece of artwork. And then the next day or next year, you're like, hey, this artwork, I remember, it was quite nice.
I wouldn't do that. But I would look at Chok's profile and say, this guy's a motherfucking baller. Then Chok will feel good about it.
Would you?
Chok,
never mind.
You imagine, okay? Imagine, you have an M4. I see you at a mama. I think in my head, and somehow you know this, it's Chok fucking baller, man. See? He feels great about it, right?
Feel good. Chok feels great about it.
And obviously, I think it applies to everyone. What? It's a perfectly reasonable ask. People just want to feel special.
That's it. That's the novelty.
Yep.
It is novelty. It's very novelty driven. NFT wise.
Are there any other uses for NFT?
I think personally, with my very limited knowledge, no.
Like real case utility, you mean?
I know Axie Infinity is considered NFT lah. Like whatever.
Not utility from a product standpoint, right? It's utility outside of the product.
Beyond perceived value, like what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like utility beyond intrinsic perceived value, like actual functional
like
value.
Aesthetic lah. Like I want functional value.
Yeah, functional value, right?
Functional value, I don't think so.
Because I mean, instinctively, if I were to create a platform or a function or something, and I made it an NFT, I don't know how the fuck that works lah, right? But let's say I made it an NFT lah, right? Can't people just copy that shit?
Yeah, they can.
You know?
I mean, like you right click save as, that's it.
Doesn't need to be an image,
Yeah,
can be a video.
Can be a tweet.
Relabel a video. Can be a tweet. Can be like it just doesn't.
Anything
compute.
you mint, basically.
So if NFTs were the main reason for having a virtual space, right? And NFTs, maybe it's just me lah, but the perceived value at this table seems a bit low right now for NFT. Right? Why would you own virtual space? That's my question. Actually, I was leading to that lah, but you get the point, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, why buy virtual furniture? Why buy virtual TV when you can just put on VR? When you can really buy a TV? When you can go on your phone? When basically the it's limitless, right? I can even go to Tan Boon Ming and just sit there for free, right? Technically lah, but I wouldn't get a selection of movies I want to watch lah. But you get the point.
I think at this stage is a display of wealth, but perhaps in the future, you could reside in that space.
So what you unplug you plug into it and then you don't you never unplug. You are the Matrix. You are Keanu in
a bit like Matrix.
Yeah.
Then your body how?
Sure, you're just sitting on your couch anymore in real life.
You
So
have
how do you
two
take a
worlds to
shit?
exist in, like your real world. So you could be like Ready Player One if you watch that movie. Like maybe real broke in real life, but you could be like a baller in the metaverse.
100%, bro.
So it's basically ego stroking when you're in the virtual space.
No, I mean that's actually buying a piece of land in
What it looks like.
in what you perceive to be that your real world.
Okay, so let me just bring into perspective. Okay. You all play Maple Story, right? You play Maple Story?
Yeah.
Oh,
used to.
My
Yeah.
bad, hands down.
Alright, okay. So you pay like don't know how many fucking what's the
Mesos, bro, be
Mesos,
cultured.
Mesos,
okay,
yeah.
you pay Mesos for fucking
Yeah.
legit hair, rainbow hair.
Yeah, bro.
Then you have Steely.
yeah, QB also can, bro.
Or whatever lah, right? Then you fucking walk around, then you do the F3 face, right? You
Oh yeah.
or F2.
For sure. For
Is it F2?
I think it's F3. I think it's
Remember
F3.
you, so long.
Yeah, you F3. I'll be like, wow, this fucker damn cool. Then after you unplug, you log out,
Yeah.
you go toilet, then you shit, then you look at your feet and you're like, what the fuck am I doing in my life?
Okay.
Because you still need to carry a bodily process, right? Your bodily processes, right?
yeah.
Do you think people will spend more time on the metaverse?
I think the kids in the future are gonna spend quite a bit of time.
I
I mean,
think-
like because of what the COVID and how, you don't know like what's gonna happen in the future. But as we already gonna the first few waves of COVID, if something bigger than this comes, like you don't know what kind of restrictions, and then
True.
but then there's this free world that you can be anywhere in the world and
Yeah.
explore.
I don't know. I feel like it's so. I just don't. Maybe I'm sounding fucking boomer right now, lah. Right, but I just cannot appreciate being in a virtual space as much as being there in real life. Am I that traditional to think that?
I
right
think
now?
that's respectable, but if you draw the line with like the internet today, right?
Yeah.
How much time do we spend online
Yeah.
a day? A significant amount.
8 hours. Yeah.
If and that's for reasons like you can do things online that you can't do offline, right? I
Yeah.
can talk to someone in America right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So in the metaverse, it would be alike. So to give you a very lofty example, perhaps I can fly in the metaverse, like legit Superman.
Yeah.
I would want to fly, and I just can't do that here, lah. Therefore, I'm in the metaverse more. I can just do things there that I can't here.
But wouldn't there be so many spaces? Because it's not just one verse, what? It's a
Correct.
multiverse, what? Technically, it's like
Yeah, yeah,
multiple
yeah.
universes.
Just what Marvel is trying to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh shit. Oh damn.
But if you look,
Spoiler alert.
if you look at it, why would anyone want to live in somebody else's universe when I can live in my own? Then
Set
connections.
your own rules.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like if you wanted to fly, but then you went to the real, like let's say Metaverse itself by
Right.
Facebook, and then you're like, hey, I want to fly. Facebook's like, hey, sorry, the update
rules
is coming in 6 months. You're like, hey, fuck it, I create my own lah. Then I fly now lah. You can even download skin, right? Download skin, Earth 616 Marvel. Then you fly in the fucking Earth 616. So you're like,
Right.
hey, World Trade Center's still here. What the fuck? You
The
fly
challenge
New
is
York.
you don't meet other people, right?
Yeah.
You need a critical mass of people so you are allowed to be social.
Yeah.
I feel that's a huge component in our
And
lives. lah.
wouldn't that require a server to host that much information? So wouldn't that mean it's centralized?
Unless it's decentralized where
Yeah lah.
everyone is the server lah.
Yeah. Yep.
Which is
Think
basically
though-
P2P lah. Like you go and fucking do
It's torrent lah.
torrent
It's
Ethereum.
torrent lah.
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is what Ethereum is doing. Like
Yeah.
whatever you have on the blockchain now,
Exactly.
that's how it lives on it. Technically.
Yeah, it's all
Then
Gucci,
it's
man.
based on voting also. Then in the end you cannot even do.
Yeah, lah, if people vote you
Cannot
cannot fly
fly.
tomorrow, then
No flying for you.
That's why.
Yeah, but generally people want to fly lah, you know.
But you don't want to crash into each other when you
I'm
fly.
just saying generally speaking, people kind of want to try to fly lah.
they might create another metaverse for the.
For the flyers lah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just feel like
I'm
it's
totally
so,
joining that one. Yeah.
I just feel like it's so
So, I know it's very far fetched.
yeah. And not only that, if let's say I were to work,
Yeah.
I want to earn money,
Right.
and I'm sitting down on my chair, you know, I put on my VR goggles, then I go to work.
Yeah.
Then everybody has to go to their fucking workspaces server also mah. Because that's how you do work, what? Otherwise everybody's on different server, then takkan like everything connect, and then like the work also different platform. It's just so messy.
No need lah. We
Or
just
maybe in the metaverse, you are doing Zoom in the metaverse with your friends there. I know it's really ridiculous how that sounds, but like,
wow. So you're in the metaverse doing a Zoom call.
yeah, with the people. So like, yeah, lah.
What the fuck? That's double, bro. That's
But it's a bit redundant, lah.
It's
It's
a
like,
bit
bro,
redundant
just
lah.
do a Zoom call here, lah. Like, why you get metaverse and then do Zoom call?
Exactly. Or I'm in the metaverse. Just teleport to you lah. Right.
actually
Whatever the
like,
problem is.
like realistically, that's actually what we do a lot for events right now. Because I work for my mom. We do events.
You do a Zoom in a Zoom?
No, we do Zoom in the Teams.
Nani, isn't there a lot of latency? Like,
Yes, but sometimes you have to do that because Zoom webinar is for speaker to mass, and mass cannot speak back.
For
Yeah.
virtual events.
Yeah, so if you do that, you cannot have a discussion, or you have a limited number of people. So you link to Teams also. So that's how you are double, and you need to have a switcher, and it's called OBS, where you like
OBS.
lay over, and then you join, and that's how people have a conversation.
whoa.
Whoa, next level.
So it's really like It's fucking messy lah. And like you said, latency, lag. You play
Maybe
a video.
Metaverse solves this.
Yeah, wait. Or you do that in the Metaverse.
Yeah.
It's triple layer. We're going Inception really at this point.
Yeah, dude. I don't know why.
Okay, this is going to sound really pushy, but at the same time, if you are in that, it's easy lah. You live your life, right? And you just work from home lah.
Yeah.
Right? You can chill, sit with your bottom laps pants. Whoa. Check out 10% code. Yam Chat. So pushy, John. But I think that the comfort itself, like these pants. I think that's the benefit, right? You can work from home and people don't need to travel. Then like pollution is not as bad. Everybody just needs to, and then I think when you get to go out, it's something even more special.
Yeah.
And then you can wear your momentum pants and you can just,
which I love. Genuinely love.
You guys got like a lot of sponsors.
No. It's bottom snap because it's like the pants thing. So it's like for the peak hustler, right?
Yes, it's the hashtag peak hustler life.
But yeah, I think that's the pro, right? I think a lot of people get to work from home, which is something like I really dearly miss because now I have to go back into office.
I love work from home. I attempt to refresh my close contact status.
That is
regularly.
fucked up, Drew.
I
Can
need
you
to.
just don't do that game?
Got 30k cases. My chances are high. Going to meet Valley, high five everyone. Yo.
Start shaking. Wait, I know you, right? Oh no, wrong guy. I know you. Then you eat with hand banana leaf rice. Then you go shake hand. Right?
9:55. I COVID test myself negative. I lick the floor. Let's go.
But I think it's a pro lah. Like overall, it's just that it's so difficult for me to imagine a world where we can do this.
Yeah.
And I just imagine my kids like sitting down in the chair and they're like, yeah, daddy, wait daddy, wait I'm playing my game. Oh shit, ayo, kena kill, fuck lah. Okay, I go eat dinner now. Then you're like, oh my god.
Worse still, he's like plugged into a tube where the tube feeds him.
Oh god.
And then he's permanently in the Metaverse.
Then you're like, hey daddy, just eat me, Metaverse, just feed me. He's sucking his food from the tube.
But then in the Metaverse, he's having fine dine steak.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Have you seen The Matrix? Like the first Matrix movie?
Yeah.
The Keanu Reeves one where he goes bald and then
He eats that kind of weird food.
Yeah. And then in like what's the enemy's name? The guy who's bald with a goatee.
Agent.
No, not Agent Smith.
With a goatee.
It's a goatee. Yo, fuck lah. What's his name? He's the guy that has a crush on Trinity one. You watch or not, fucker? You say you watch only, but then don't remember.
I only know
It's
Agent
too
Smith,
long ago, bro.
Yeah, wait.
I probably, I haven't even watched the latest one yet.
Oh, I didn't watch
Yeah,
the
neither have
latest
I. I heard it's crap though.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, people tell me.
Wait. I find the fucking
There's
name.
only one bad guy. Well, it's many of him lah, but there's one.
No lah, it's not. That's not the. This guy Cypher.
Oh, Cypher, right. He totally had a crush on Trinity.
Right.
Yeah.
So Cypher, he's eating the steak. You remember the steak scene?
Mm-hmm.
You know the steak scene.
I know very well.
He's eating a bloody steak, and then he's like, I want to imagine that this is a great steak, but I just know it's my brain sending me waves to make me believe that I'm eating a great steak. Then he eats it, and he's like, but I don't give a fuck because it tastes fucking amazing right now. And I think that's what a lot of people are gonna face.
Yeah.
Because the moment it's taken to that level where it's connected to your brain's synapses, what's the difference between flying in the Metaverse with no wind and flying in the Metaverse with wind is so different, but now you can really feel it. You can really go to Japan, have an omakase meal, and they can program the synapses to make you taste that.
Yeah.
But it's just whether you're willing to plug in. And everybody is just born and then like retrofitted with a hole in your body, like an aux cable, like a jack.
And then it becomes obsolete one day.
Well, you just have to change
that also begs the question, right? What makes you think this reality is reality also? Maybe you're already plugged in to begin with.
Yeah.
Right?
Then we are just cyclical, right? We're just making the new system to go in there, and then we start from shit graphics like Minecraft, and then we become like God of War lah.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe we're still at Minecraft right now.
Yeah.
Exactly. But very likely we are actually.
Actually, we all like heavenly beings. We all got 3 eyes and shit. We all like, and then we all like plug in to go lower and then go higher, then lower, then higher.
That took a real tangent.
Yeah, man. Okay, let's go back to DeFi a bit lah, right?
Can.
You mentioned in a lot of your videos how a normal person can earn about 10 to 19% in DeFi.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, so there are apps that allow you to do this, DeFi apps like basically coded by smart contracts. Then you just need to stake your USD stablecoins. I think the 19% one is on Terra network called Anchor Protocol.
Isn't that the one that we used to get Luna also one?
Yeah. You don't use it to get Luna, but like they allow you to like apart from just you earning that 19%, how they earn money is they let people put up their Luna and borrow USD. So again, a borrow lending kind of service going on, and they take fees. Obviously, every transaction on top of gas fees, they take time. I mean, they don't take gas fees goes to network. They take transaction fees. Yeah,
I see.
Yeah, so obviously that's how they get.
Is it guaranteed 10 to 19%?
So for Anchor, when I started in when I started DeFi in May 2021, I think they were giving up about 20-ish%. But across the years, as more people came in,
they dropped it a bit.
It diluted a bit, but it's been holding at like 19 because I think the 20% thing has been what's been quoted all this while, and the founder has been trying to keep their yield reserves that give out these rewards, right, to steady it at 19. Just a few weeks ago or days ago, actually, there was some concerns that this might go down to like, our yield reserves are like, I think a few million only, when there's like almost billions deposited. So can you imagine like, you got people here with billions and you're supposed to give them 19%, but you only got millions. Then like,
shit don't add up, man.
Yeah.
That don't add up, right? Then obviously, then there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, doubt. They call it FUD in the cryptoverse. So a lot of FUD around this, and then their governance voted. The founders stepped in, pumped like 500 million into the system, into the reserve.
The guy's a real Kobe Bryant, man. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So come and he can't afford to, honestly, he cannot afford to lose Anchor, the UST, which is basically what draws everyone to the Terra network, because it's 19% steady, no-brainer. Just put inside there like some sort of FD, but except you can take it out anytime. So that's how easy 19% you can get. So
if they maintain it at 19% and the more people join it and then you also expect 19%, isn't it very difficult to find that cash? It's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, it is.
Because it seems very sketch in a way. Like, it's me promising you almost, okay, it is 20%-ish. No matter what happens. No matter what happens is a very big if.
Yeah.
So I just don't know how that equates. Because if that were to be the answer to success in life, because technically if I put all my money in there, I just accrue 20.
Just compound I'm rich already within like 5-10 years.
So if everybody is rich, right, it doesn't make sense. Right? So it just doesn't add up for me. Like, how does this work? Don't you think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you're right. I think, so if it's a guarantee, everyone's money will be in there. And right away, you would need to have that sort of yield reserve, however they earn that yield reserve, like whether people get liquidated, the funds go there, or like fees collected, the funds go there. However that looks like, that has to exist. But here's the thing, honestly, because of the fact that this is still a smart contract thing, so everyone is aware there is a risk. Someone could exploit Anchor's Anchor Protocol's contract and just drain out the funds. Can happen. That's why they even have crypto DeFi insurance for this, just in case in the event of like
they have insurance for fucking DeFi.
Insurance for everything.
Yeah, in the event of smart contract risk. So yeah, because there is that uncertainty there, that leaves room that, okay, not everyone's going to ape in, but there are a lot of people, VCs, especially venture capitals. Obviously, they're like, heck, I'll do it. I'll just buy insurance. Anything. We can come in with our millions. We insure for how much only? We get 20% a year. Maybe we insure at 1% a year. Okay, we get 19% also, or like 18%.
Yeah.
So typically, this is how they would measure their risk to reward appetite. Yeah.
Should we do it?
I still feel as if like the confidence isn't there because there is no full explanation rather than just get insurance. Basically, right? That's your answer. Right? If you're not sure, get insurance.
I mean, the fact is there is no guarantee. The only guarantee you have is insurance.
Yeah.
So are you comfortable with that is the question. I don't know. I feel like I might be comfortable.
And insurance can change. They can change their terms.
Oh, yeah. And they have like a whole slew of lawyers behind them, right?
Yeah.
And say, technically.
And that is how they don't give you insurance.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see for yourself, the insurance that cover Anchor Protocol, some of them have paid out certain things, and they actually show how, I guess, because everything is decentralized, so they actually have to kind of explain or like be transparent with what they've done so far. And even the cases where, okay, this person proposed claim. They want to claim. Then you can see rejected, reason why rejected. Then there's actually approved one. So they have to be transparent. Again, even the insurance is decentralized, meaning that they don't rely on middlemen, they rely on smart contracts as well. Means the moment this event happens, it triggers auto. So they don't really have whatever. But obviously these guys are profiting when they take, when you agree in the first place, okay, take 1% of what. Yeah, then they'll take that 1% by contract, because you already approved the contract and you say, I agree to take this 1% off me. You can insure. In the event anything happen, boom, I'm going to expect this is my claim right away, and then I'll wait. Then you should approve me by the end of this X amount of period according to our contract. Right. Yeah.
But you see, I think what happens if, let's say somebody hacks into it, the Anchor protocol is a failure, and then it just drops, and then like millions of users all suddenly
just lose it.
Then insurance going to cover everybody. Yeah?
I suppose so, man. That's their job, right?
That's the thing.
Correct.
They can also, that's it, then
can also, that is also
a possibility.
Yeah. So I just feel like, I think in life, right, I don't know what this sounds so much like mom and dad, Jesus Christ. But like, there is no quick scheme money to earn money, I feel. It's just there are different ways for you to earn money, and hopefully this one works out for you, right?
Correct.
100% this is not financial advice at all. It's just, I feel like people at least know the risks, and they know the rewards, and they know what they're getting into. Right?
Yeah.
It's just, for me, if you're asking me, John, are you confident in this? I don't know. I only put in money that I'm willing to lose. That's it.
Yeah, and I've lost a lot of it already.
Fucking Russia, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, every morning I wake up.
Right. And I actually read, have you heard of this Malaysian pay gap Instagram page?
Yeah.
Oh, I fucking love
it's
it.
It's so cool. Like, we were just talking about this over the week, last few days.
It blew up 2 days ago. Literally.
Yeah.
Wow.
2 days ago. I saw my friend from Kedah post this.
Oh, really?
And that's when I sent it to you. After I sent it to you, says.com cover. Every single person is sharing their industry.
Are they going to come here? They should, man.
I'm totally trying.
Okay.
I've already DM'd them. Please.
Come on, man.
Please come on. I've literally read every post.
Wow, you damn can't wait.
In
fucker, why aren't you doing the TikTok? Chibai?
Do it. That one is damn
fuck you, lah.
That one is damn
He's supposed to do the TikToks. He's like, fucker.
That one is 10 times more interesting, dude. It's so good. Oh my god.
You should do a TikTok of this part. So then you tag them.
Sure, man. Sure.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
I think that what they do is nobility at its best.
Yeah, I agree.
It's just so sad
Sublime.
what people earn.
They're using Web2 for good purposes.
Yes.
Yep. The ratio of good news is to bad news is 1:10 in the Malaysian.
It's more like exposing everything, really, which is good, honestly.
It should be the way.
It should be the way.
I don't know why the fuck Glassdoor never do so. Fuck Glassdoor, bro.
Glassdoor is fucking half-ass as shit.
Pussy ass fuckers, I tell you. But anyway, I saw Broker, one of them, and he said
7K, right?
I don't know. I forgot.
No, quite a lot, man.
Quite a lot.
Quite
And
a lot.
he said Rangers can earn 42K as well.
Yeah.
Something like that lah. He said 80% of people in the stock market lose money to the 20%.
Yep.
And I was just like, fuck, I'm the 80%.
I'm 100% 80.
I'm 100% the 80%.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my friend Alex. You remember Alex Fu, right?
Yeah.
He also he sees all this one and he's like, actually, John, invest in Pokemon card better. And bro, I see Pokemon card earn a lot of money. Have you seen? Did you play Pokemon cards when you were younger?
Yeah. I played Magic as well.
Oh wow, you look like a Magic guy.
Yeah.
You look like a Magic guy. Magic the Gathering.
I'm a boomer lah.
Yeah. No, you're not boomer.
Says the one who's born on 88.
But if you look right at how much a TCG set costs when we were standard 1, I was standard 1, 1999. So you would be standard 3. That is standard 3, standard 4.
Standard 4, 5, something.
Standard 4, 5 like that.
Yeah.
It's 400 ringgit.
One whole
You know how
set,
much?
right?
Yeah, one box, booster box, 400 ringgit. Ang Pao can buy 2 if we share. Andrew and I will get 1K, we'll share, we'll buy PlayStation, If we bought 2 booster box, didn't open it. Today, I think can sell for like 15K.
For real?
50,000.
First edition.
Woo-wee. Mistakes have been made opening that shit up.
Yeah.
Should have just bought the whole store.
I even
It's
bought...
the OG NFT though. Those
Yeah.
That is the OG NFT precisely.
But I tell you, the conditions of the cards need to be in sublime condition.
No
for you
problem,
to-
bro. No problem.
If I vacuum pack,
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I knew this, I'll
Not
buy a
only that-
vacuum chamber, bro. Let's do it.
You need to acrylic it and then like make it harden and then like you can pull it out. That
Wow.
thing,
No
So,
problem.
yeah. So if you look at that, right, and then you look at how you put money in the stock market, I always think should I kept my fucking Charizard and Machamp, right, first edition?
Oh yeah, 100%. Man.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh yo, that time can sell 300 ringgit, a lot of money, man. You can buy a new booster box.
So much.
You know? And then I just sold it. So I think about it all the time. I feel like the stock market is something that is very general now. A lot of people have gone into investment during the COVID era, right?
Yep.
Because people are like, ayo, not spending much money, might as well learn how to use it.
Yeah.
And I feel like this avenue has been overly utilized and saturated. Similar to crypto lah, is what I personally feel.
Agree.
If Luno, right, can do an ad, right, on the highway, you know you're a bit late already lah, bro.
The top signal. They will say this is the top signal when your relative or your auntie asks you about Bitcoin. You better sell now, bro.
Yeah.
That's when people start selling.
100%.
Yeah.
I just feel that way.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, right, I don't think Pokemon cards will ever drop. I really don't think so. Because if you're 50 years old, right, and then you see someone with the first edition Charizard,
you pay for it.
I'll still pay for it, yeah.
And you had the money, right?
For sure.
I will pay for it.
And if you are 50 by that time, right, most people your age will be 50 and they have the most money.
And they have the same value, intrinsic value of what that.
Yeah.
I feel like we should just invest in Pokemon cards. I swear to God. I saw Alex go and collect, right, Dark Charizard.
Oh, cool.
Now he's buying lah.
Now he's buying.
Whoa.
And he's like, bro, can confirm get money on. He collect all the evolutions. Collect Charizard G-Max.
First ad lah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Can find one. It's just so expensive. But he's like, fuck it, AUD. Because he's in Australia. Alex, you're listening to this. You're slowly switching me. And I used to look at it and be like, hey, yeah, Pokemon cards, how to earn money. But then as you grow older, you're like, fuck.
Regrets.
I missed my calling. If you think about it, right?
It was your gut
Yeah, we
telling
got
you, man.
head start. That time we all got head start.
Yeah. Totally as a kid. Stormo, you stupid so high, go and play with the cards some more.
I know, right? God.
We didn't know. I bet you, right? I think like this is what I foresee lah. If you look in like 15 years, if someone had a red version unopened for Game Boy Color, right?
Oh,
bro, I think you can at night wank off to that shit. You know, that's how valuable
bro.
that shit is. Red version, sealed.
yeah.
Wow.
My God, I'll
Min
buy it.
condition,
I put my Teichi Kong, bro, every morning.
I pray to that shit, bro. I go to this place in Tokyo called Super Potato. And they sell a lot of these second-hand gadgets, you know, Game Boy Colors. Some of them are unopened, right, you know. And I've seen, right, like Game Boy Color unopened from 1999 that shit. I'm like, wow, man. Imagine. And it's not for sale. So the shop knows, they like, why am I going to sell that? Of course I'm not going to sell this.
It's like collector's item.
Yeah, man. They even have those like special editions. Like, you play Pokemon when you were a kid?
Yeah.
You know how like when they created the Game Boy Color, right? They have like the Pokemon edition, like Johto edition.
Yeah, Pokemon Johto.
They have the edition, you know, for the Game Boy. Wow, that one was so sure mad, man.
Mad.
It's like these things I feel like sure got value, one. But NFTs, I just don't see it. It's so easily replicable. That's the thing for me. You cannot replicate time. You cannot replicate like
the novelty of that.
Yeah, it's so, and I know there's a timestamp, right? So maybe that's how you would counter argue me. But if you unseal that shit, you can smell 1999. You know.
Yeah, no, that's true, man.
If you licked it, right, you taste 1999. You know?
I don't know how that tastes like, but I kind of want to find out now.
You know, and you can't lick, taste an NFT. You can only see, hear, and feel it. You can't even feel it.
You can't taste, smell it now. Yeah.
Maybe.
But what if you have an NFT in the metaverse?
Then you can taste Nyan Cat.
Yeah, bro.
Taste the GIF.
Wow.
Yeah, you can
taste the rainbow.
You can,
Skittles.
You can hear colors. Taste
like
sound.
Kanye.
But it wouldn't taste as good as Pokemon Go. I mean Pokemon Go, Pokemon Red.
Oh.
Think about it, man.
Fair.
You know? And okay, I don't know whether this one sounds fucking weird. You know last time, right, when you open a pack of Pokemon cards, right?
Go and smell it,
Yeah, man.
Legit.
That's a crispy smell, man.
Every booster pack, not just Pokemon, Magic, anything.
Got that.
Got that.
Yes.
That fresh smell.
Fresh factory smell. I love it.
Yeah. And when you open, you're like, the
smell of sweatshirt labor.
And I don't think you can ever get that, I feel. And that is a smell only we are familiar with, you see.
Correct.
So it's a very niche market. But if you know that market, right, if I had it also, people envy you. And they're like, bro, what I would do to be you, man, this one.
Yeah.
NFT, I can never imagine. You know, maybe in the future, as
you can smell a booster pack.
Maybe.
I just feel that novelty is so scarce. You know, like people don't see it now, but then in the future they say. That's why I feel like the stock market and crypto, right? I keep thinking, am I just too late? Like, what's the point now? Why is my money going into this thing that I know I see red lines every fucking day? And I'm just like, this is so depressing.
Yeah.
why can't I just invest in something else that can have value that I know people will appreciate? Like example, like if we had that thumbnail of Side Sadiq for Yamcha sessions, and we mint that shit lah.
Oh, bro.
Or we printed it and we only print one example lah, high res one. Wow, quite mad.
Just wait for him to be PM.
Or we have that picture of him eating McD.
Do we have a picture of him eating?
Yeah, we have a picture of eating McD with him. What the fuck?
Yeah, do like a Side Sadiq collection.
Yeah, I bet we sell that shit. Right? Oh, mad, bro. Then Side is like, wait, y'all can you just use that money for donation for Muda or something? Then we like,
no promises, Side.
No promises.
He launched his NFT, right?
Huh? Is it?
Did he really?
Yeah, I think he did.
Oh,
I mean, that's what I heard.
What
I
the
saw
fuck?
something about that. Yeah, so you might want to front run him.
Yeah, man.
Like try to get him before.
He front run Side Sadiq with his own NFT.
Yeah, I mean he can create his Side Sadiq NFT, but you know y'all can be like the I don't know collaboration limited edition. You know, like
could be.
Side Sadiq Yamcha session.
But I feel also
What
similar.
world do we live
Like
in?
if you airdrop this shit, right? Like everybody has that picture already. Like who the fuck took it with that phone? Whose phone was it? I still remember.
No, but if you mint it, you
On
have
the blockchain
your,
network,
yeah,
If
you have
people trace your
trademark.
timestamp and the and
Exactly.
the blockchain, the transaction ID there.
No, don't check
Yeah.
it. Check it. These are
What's
picture.
that? Oh dang! Hey, this looks like it's not here.
Bro, it is here.
Yeah, it's here.
It's literally here. Side was sitting over there. I was sitting here. Andrew was there.
Oh.
Poyo was there.
It looks so bright though.
No, because we turned off the lights, ma.
To
Oh,
make it
okay,
look more
okay.
epic.
Yeah, this is more epic. That's why when you watch the podcast, you're like, wow, these guys are in a very like mysterious place, huh? But actually,
Like the
it's just a
interrogation
regular.
room, bro.
yeah. It feels like that,
Just
right?
don't shine the thing in your face only.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay, wait. I got a couple more questions now, but
No worries, man.
if you were to summarize, right, what are the top 3 biggest risks of DeFi?
Ooh, okay.
Or even if it's less than 3, like what is the
Yeah,
biggest
the
risk?
Top, I mean, like straight up, the
Hacking,
bet is smart contract risk, which is the code that makes the app, whatever in DeFi is, lives on that. That's one. The other is probably blockchain as well. Things that affect the blockchain could just determine how much is your whatever you're doing on that blockchain worth. I would say maybe also
A power outage
I think not
around the
one,
world,
like,
one-time EMP,
oh that would
an
would-
asteroid just flies by and the whole world shuts down for 5 minutes, and then you're like, oh no.
like a Y2K over again. lah.
Like no, I think it didn't really happen lah. Did it happen? It didn't
I have
happen.
no idea.
Y2K is just Y2K lah. It's like, oh, I become sanitary. Like, what the fuck? There's
It's
nothing
like
lah.
event in life, just like COVID.
Yeah.
It just happened.
But I think if, let's say, there were to be a power outage around the world for like even 5 minutes,
Yeah.
everything reset, hard reset. Oh my lord, your bank account.
That's the real test of the blockchain, whether it really is immutable. That you turn it back on. If it's really immutable, it should turn back on. Like you turn back on, everything was right where it was.
You saved your PowerPoint before you.
Save game, I save game already.
Yeah.
The same.
Or you can't
example
turn
could
on,
be
ah.
true for centralized, right? If an asteroid hit, power outage, would
Everything,
everyone's
yeah,
bank
same.
It would take
accounts reset?
everything out.
Yeah,
It would
So I
take
shouldn't you hold
everything out.
cash?
In times like that, yeah.
probably.
But then if we go back to cash, right, we have to go back to history and like, my cash can redeem for gold, those kind of thing,
But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
see,
because it's paper, right?
cash isn't pegged on gold anymore.
Not anymore.
Correct.
man.
That's why that's the scary part. Like, are they holding this paper and
Yeah.
tomorrow that paper, if the world agrees this paper is worthless, it is worthless.
Yeah.
So you should actually have gold under your mattress.
I think we should hold all sorts of assets lah.
So you should diversify.
Yeah, and
I
if
mean-
possible, non-related lah. That's what I'm learning.
Yeah, yeah.
Really, really like if you're trying to go into crypto and you tell me this is what I would tell younger self haven't got into crypto and DeFi. I would say if you're thinking to get into DeFi crypto, don't just buy every coin or like whatever you think it's gonna grow and all that. If the reality is the moment like Ukraine war or whatever happened, the whole market go down together. No point now you hold the same thing.
So you should
might
buy
as-
watches.
Yeah lah.
Should diversify.
So
your
you cannot laugh at the
asset classes,
people who their house got all sorts of collection. Diversification.
True that.
Fucker, you buy more Pokemon cards.
Hey,
I think so.
Magic. Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm a Pokemon guy lah. I don't know. I tried to get into Magic. It's just the only thing that appealed to me was the artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, and Yu-Gi-Oh is just a mess lah.
That one is just too much going on. I don't know what is it.
and then some people just like
The
start
language
like,
also cannot understand.
yeah, and then they start covering
Yeah.
their face with the card, and then you're like, what's happening, guys? Start throwing cards at you, and you're like, bro, what's happening there? I collect figurines, like anime figurines.
I heard they were gonna. I mean, like I heard there's a
There is
demand
there
for
is-
it.
There is a demand for it.
What kind of figurines you quick?
I buy Naruto, I buy Demon Slayer, and I buy JoJo.
Why?
Why? Jojo?
No, damn, I think I'm boomer. What is JoJo? A bit boomer to ask what JoJo is.
Bro, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Have you heard of it?
Oh! Is this the...
Ding, 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 ding.
Why is this so familiar?
Ding, 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 ding.
It's so familiar though.
Yeah. You should Google it. I think it'll spark memories. It's quite old, right, John?
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure was created, I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the 1980s. And then later on, it went through like a very cult following-esque thing. And then when they did the remake, wow, I tell you.
I thought it's like Cowboy Bebop related thing.
No, it's very different. It's just JoJo, man. So JoJo was created, I don't know what's the mangaka's name, I forgot already. But,
this is a whole kind
of
Jump,
going to be so,
Shonen Jump.
Yeah, long ago already. But then when they did the remake, it was quite amazing. I got into it because AVA Japan, now known as Anakira Japan, told me about it, and he's like, John, get into JoJo, bro. Then I the only reason why I would watch JoJo is because the main character's name is Jonathan Joestar. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a shot. Then the first time I watched it, I was bored to death. It was so fucking boring. Then for some reason, the second time I watched it, I was like, this is Shakespeare Day.
Poetic.
And it's poetic. So the first season is poetic. Then the second season is a very Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, like buff dude. Everybody's buff lah, basically, and every girl has big tits lah. Then you're just like, this is year 2000 lah. Year 2005, 10, the type of transition. And then later on, when it comes to season 3, it's like, is this slice of life? And then season 4 comes and you're like, is this a mafia movie? So it's just iterations. And the reason why it's called JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is because the first character's name is Jonathan Joestar. Jonathan Joestar has a daughter that has a son, and his son's name is Joseph Joestar. So in this universe, right, if your name is Joe and Joe, right, you have a very weird adventure. And your adventure will vary depending on the time and premise you are in. So Kujo Jotaro, after that, was the third one. And then it's Josuke Higashikata, which in kanji or romanji or whatever is J-O
Jojo.
also. So it's Jojo. Then the fifth one is Jorovana something I forgot already. Then Jolene Kujo Jotaro. I don't know, I forgot.
Like a time travel kind of.
But it's just Joe and Joe and Joe and Joe and Joe lah. So basically it's just various adventures of Jojo. And I love it. And it's still ongoing until today. It's fucking crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. It's very long.
Feels very polarizing.
I think it's very
It's
difficult.
the OG multiverse.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah. And not only that, it's like this guy is like, I'm not very content with my first Jonathan Joestar arc, which is arguably pretty boring. So he redid a new one in place of Jonathan Joestar. It's like a different universe in which this JoJo also exists. His name is Johnny Joestar. So I loved it, and then I just like, fuck it, I'm gonna collect JoJo stuff. And JoJo figurines is fucking expensive, bro. Now also damn expensive. I bought
then already you're expensive.
I bought I think last year only. And I also see 100 ringgit increase already. One figurine is 300. So I bought 3 figurines.
Oh, you're early, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, you're early, bro.
Yeah, so I bought 3 of the JoJos. I bought Jonathan Joestar, I bought Joseph Joestar, and I bought Kujo Jotaro. Then I'm like, wow, fuck, damn sick. And I bought the limited edition Joseph Joestar, which is all in white. So it's really expensive, but I'm like, wow. But I don't really take care of it. I need to buy that acrylic IKEA. No, not acrylic, it's glass.
Yeah.
So I can display it in there, put LED lights and all that. So I can look at it every time when I do work. I'm like,
my investments.
so I bought Demon Slayer and I bought Naruto as well. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of people look at investing as this it needs to be dealt in money. But people don't see it as, you can do things you like too,
That's true.
You can really if you really like Pokemon cards, just go get Pokemon cards lah. If you really like cameras, go buy vintage cameras. Maybe it could cost crazy, it's limited edition. Now film cameras are making a comeback, so a lot of people want that.
Yeah.
It's
Vintage.
that
Vintage,
feel.
retro look.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's a sentimental thing because you can't get it with digital cameras. You can't get that finish.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of people just don't see that. People think of investments as has to be
Some sort of
monetary,
profiting.
has to have
I might
compounding
have
interest.
ROI, return on
Yeah,
investment.
yeah.
Yeah. But if you go to Japan and you go to various places that sell secondhand stuff, it's so expensive for figurines.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do you listen to other podcasts? Do you listen to podcasts in general?
Not many, honestly.
Not many lah.
Yeah.
There's this podcast called the Trash Taste Podcast. It's 3 guys. in Japan.
Okay.
And they do like this figurine hunting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So right, what would happen on this podcast is
Yeah.
they ask users to submit like weird, odd requests, and then they will have a budget. And their budget is crazy one. It was like 10k ringgit, you know, like per person to go and buy figurines. But they would have a box. They take out the box, they open the paper and be like, buy a male character. They're like, fucking easy lah, you know, that kind of thing.
Oh, like a challenge.
And then they have like extra points and all that. So they would spend, right? And then there are places, right, that sell secondhand stuff for like fucking 5k, bro, per figurine.
Second-hand for 5k.
Yeah. You know Akira? Have you heard of Akira, the Japanese movie? It's like a movie.
It's a fighting one, is it?
No, it's like a motorbike, like futuristic. Oh, no. Just Google it. Google Akira.
I know Akira NFT.
I know Akira Toriyama.
Yes, Akira Toriyama, but Akira is a movie. So if you look at Akira, this is how Akira looks like. Have you seen this?
Oh, okay. No.
Oh, no.
Dude, the motorbike costs like 2k, man. I think. Just this motorbike, bro. The toy motorbike.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's one of the best anime movies ever created in the history of anime movies. Like, this is even competing with Ghibli shit.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like the way they drew the entire movie, it's like such heavily focused on lighting.
Yeah.
So when they drew it, they had to draw frame by frame lah.
Wow.
At that time. It is insane, you know, because to color frame by frame, and each second is 12 pictures. And you know how long a movie is? Like an hour 45. So for every minute, every second you have to draw 12. Bro, it's quite mad lah. So that's why hence the value lah. Yeah, man. Yeah. You said you watch anime, right?
Yeah.
Do you watch a lot or do you just watch
Naruto?
Naruto?
I just watched Naruto. Try to get into Bleach, but like
no feels.
I'd say Naruto kid up to the Shippuden, and then I played the game.
The fighting one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Every family reunion, man.
Do you have siblings, bro?
One brother lah.
Younger.
Yeah.
He looks like that type, right?
Oh yeah,
like
he's
younger.
definitely an older brother.
He's got the older brother vibe, right?
100% with certainty.
I can tell, right? You use like Kakashi, or you use Kakashi, right? When you fight.
No.
Who?
Guess.
Jiraiya.
No.
Minato. Are you a Minato and Itachi user? This guy a fucking hack, man. You use Minato, Itachi user, you're a hacker, man.
So
Shikamaru, I think.
yeah.
Oh.
Then Shikamaru or what's the wasp? The guy with the glasses with the up to here and then
Shino,
right?
You chose the bugs.
Yeah, that guy. Or like I think Deidara quite imba also lah. Deidara.
Bro, it's the long range user. Because when they shoot, right, you just maintain lah. Then you just teleport to the background, then foreground, background, then just then repeat. And this guy always use Itachi one. Itachi or Minato one. Then it's fucking hang one.
Yeah.
It's speed. Then you kena already one.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's like not even fair one. Then the rest of characters all useless one. Jiraiya like klong, 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 klong.
Yeah, correct. A lot of characters useless.
Then Kakashi's like then you're like, how the fuck are you gonna win with this? Right? Only when you guys and say open the gate, say wah, then you like, bro, cannot win, bro. The game is fucking broken lah, dude.
It is.
Fucking ridiculous. So how did you get into Naruto, dude?
My high school mate.
Oh.
Yeah. Say, ooh, go watch Naruto. No, you got read Naruto or not? It's you got read Naruto or not?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's the correct question.
Yeah.
So you didn't really watch it, you read it lah.
I read. Then only they say, oh, can watch one. Yeah. Oh, I watch her. But then like obviously the manga was faster. So
and then there's fillers also.
Yeah, and then there's fillers and stuff like that. So
you read until where?
I read until
the Ninja War, is it?
Yeah, the Orochimaru. After that, life after Orochimaru, like
Sasuke train.
Yeah, Sasuke
then he create
train.
Taka.
Yeah. Then Shippuden I didn't read. I only watch. I started watching from the first episodes until like just the first few episodes because I'm catching up to my fiance. She's like, "What? No, that's the best thing that ever happened in my life."
How did you meet your fiance?
I met in Kingdom City, a church.
Oh, okay. So wait, how long have you been with her before you proposed?
We've been friends since 2015. Okay. And then proposed to, and then we only dated in 20. I mean, we were always friends. She would always say that I'm very bro and all that. So legit, like never see, like bro zone me. Never see me as.
Then you made a comeback, son.
Oh, it's the Matthias comeback arc, bro.
2019, end of 2019. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So we've been dating since, and then last year, August 2021, proposed to her, and then.
Oh, congrats.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh.
Getting married this year.
Oh,
Nice.
Let's go.
Which month? Oh,
May.
May. Oh, it's
that's
gonna
coming
be
soon.
May.
It's gonna be May. This one really millennial joke. It's like, sorry, Gen Zs, you guys won't get what's going on.
They
now.
could lah, but they be like, I don't get the song, not that good. So. But she watched Naruto finish lah, and then she's like trying to get you to watch it lah. So have you been watching it?
Not really.
Hi.
Man.
Bro, you know Andrew and I,
Uh-huh.
we collected every single like manga book also. For Dragon Ball and for Naruto. And I collected Demon Slayer. Actually, I got the Demon Slayer right now.
Wow.
Yeah, like over here in that inside scoop bag. I just pinjam to my
Collecting it is one point. Rereading it to the extent that we have is another feat entirely.
We can quote certain people, at this point. That's how much we've read it,
Yeah.
Because every time you took a shit, right? You take one book
You
and
take
just
one
read.
book, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy, bro.
Take a lot of shits, man. You live a lot of years.
That's why I feel like it's very rare you find this type of thing. But then I think maybe it's just like a group thing. Like when we were speaking to Harith and then he brought up that Yu Yu Hakusho question.
Oh, Jesus
Then
Christ.
you're like, wow, actually got people really watch also, not just us, Right. Do you watch Yu Yu Hakusho?
No.
No,
about
Good
it.
days.
It's a Naruto. It's only Naruto lah.
Yeah.
Actually, the Bleach thing is just not the same. I feel like it cannot.
The plot Naruto is
I watched Slam Dunk also, if that counts.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Slam
Slam
Dunk
Dunk
good.
is great.
Yeah, Slam Dunk is good.
Yeah, Slam Dunk is really good.
Yeah, you
Really?
gonna like spring different anime on this or what? Like you just say like you only watch Naruto. And suddenly, I watch Slam Dunk also lah. Actually, I watch Hunter x Hunter also lah. Then you just bring up. Just
Really?
the
Only
couple.
Naruto. Slam Dunk. I still remember after high school, that kind of thing you watch.
Yeah, correct.
Come after
Come back from
school, watch it, eat your meal, and then after that
Yes.
evening go
Go
just
to-
legit. You've seen the moves, then evening go
Go
and actually practice.
do the moves.
Practice
But then
like how they practice.
But then you realize, right, like, how come time so fast, one? They can talk like whole narrative before they make the shot, one.
yeah.
They're like, boom, boom, right. I know this guy's weakness on the right. So I'm gonna fake the left, then actually go back to his right. Then you like in real life,
Yeah.
oh shit, he got the ball already. It's the same way, it's all fucking sports anime, right? It's like that delay is so
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Prince of Tennis.
Oh, I
Captain
love
Tsubasa.
Prince of
Bro, you
Tennis,
see,
bro.
this guy is spilling fucking
No,
names.
I
bro.
don't watch. Like I have a friend. The friend who introduced me to Naruto say after he's done Naruto, he'll tell me, "Hey, watch Bleach, Hey, bro, read One Piece, Hey, Prince of Tennis,
One Piece
Yeah,
too
like,
long, bro. One Piece too long,
Oh,
bro.
bro.
How lah?
Prince of Tennis is fucking good, bro.
Yeah, man?
I swear to God, it's fucking good.
Really?
You watch it on
Yeah.
AXN, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. The accent is the shit. But Prince of Tennis, you gotta watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Oh,
Because you wakil sekolah mah, tennis fucker.
that's not the
Okay.
point.
Fuck you lah.
It's a good anime. It's a good anime. Captain Tsubasa is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You must
Tsubasa
watch-
even
you must watch also.
recently watching it back, I was like, whoa, quite good.
Quite good.
I think, right, you would be surprised how much anime has changed if you go and watch the
What it
new
is
ones.
now.
Yeah.
What Titan?
Attack on Titan or Demon
Demon
Slayer.
Slayer, right?
Bro, go watch Demon Slayer, bro. I tell you.
Oh, it's really good though.
It's incredible, bro. Right?
From a graphic standpoint,
Yeah.
it's truly next level.
Oh.
So if you watch Demon Slayer and then you go back to watching old anime, it's going to be
Cannot
worlds
watch
apart.
one. Unwatchable. Naruto is shit already, It's like, wow. How the fuck did this... How was this watchable? How was this
Yeah.
classified as entertainment? So slow. You watch on 1.5 speed also, you're like, wow, this is really damn slow, man.
Yeah.
But people are like, but then my chakra is dropping. So I need to charge. I need to go high. Then you're like, the enemy is just like waiting there, like pausing, just like...
And then
Yeah,
flashback to some childhood
then
trauma.
flashback, my god. Bro,
Yeah.
Naruto so much flashback, bro.
Too many.
Yeah, but if you watch Demon Slayer, wow, I
It's
tell
just
you.
pure action, right?
Yeah, I think you should consider it. Like. You got Netflix?
I don't. She has.
That's good
Okay,
enough.
It's good enough. Just go watch Netflix. Has she seen Demon Slayer?
No. Maybe we should.
Just tonight, right? Go and watch one episode together. I tell you, you watch the fights, right? You're like, what the fuck? But I think the initial stages of Demon Slayer is really slow.
Be slow lah. Yeah.
Yeah, but after when you get to like the end of the first season, you're like, wow, man. And I think if I'm not mistaken, like you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section, right? Like when Demon Slayer season 1 came out, and I watched the first time, I was bored out of my mind. I was like, this is the most typical action hero. Okay. And I can predict what's gonna happen. And granted, if I told you the premise, you also can predict. Okay? So I tried it and I was like, nah, not for me. Then the same guy who collects Pokemon cards, Alex, was like, hey, John, just watch Demon Slayer, bro. I'm like, dude, I tried, I couldn't like it, right? Then I rewatched it with my girlfriend. Bro, both of us were screaming at the television, bro. I was like thinking, how the fuck did I not find this entertaining? And okay, so this comes to the fact, so you can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I think, if I'm not mistaken, one of the episodes in Demon Slayer Season 1, right, was actually ranked most viewed ever in the history of anime, you know.
Wow.
Because they
in Season 1.
Yeah, in Season 1. I forgot what it's called, but it's the spider one.
Oh, okay.
Where it's like broken sword.
Yeah.
Wow, man. I tell you, that I really don't know how they did it. And the difference between the anime in the past and anime now, right, is that last time, if you watch, like sports stuff, you know how when they're running, it's like just blurry background. There's like a globe that's moving, and then the guy's like, he's like forever running in that spot. Yeah. The new anime, right, is done in such a way, right, that they create the entire like 3D space, right, and then they draw the character on top of it. So it looks as if this guy is really moving all the place, and it's so similar, the art feel. So you really feel like you're in the anime. It's incredible, and the pacing is good, so you don't feel as if you're bored. And every episode is basically like 15 minutes at this point. It's a YouTube video already. Because, right, if you include the intro song and the outro song, it's only 23 minutes only.
That's very short.
Yeah. So, right, you can really finish just the first season if you just skip intro, skip outro. Then you finish it. Then one day finished everything, right? You're like, wow, that was quite good, eh? Then you watch the movie, then you watch the season 2. Wow, I tell you, season 2 is new level, bro.
Yeah.
And I can tell you why it's also incredible, because a lot of anime production houses, what they do is, once they get the project, right, they outsource to a lot of places, to Vietnam, to Malaysia. Even Malaysia does a lot, right? In a lot of Malaysians actually worked on the Avengers as well. So they would render certain scenes, send back to Marvel, and Marvel says, okay, good to go, or they make changes, then send back to Marvel. That type of thing. For Demon Slayer, it's only Demon Slayer done by UFO Table. Wow. No outsourcing, 100% within
in-house,
them. Yeah, 100% in-house. So the creative control is incredible. Yeah.
Wow.
That's why it's so good. It's good, right?
It's good.
It's one of the best, like aesthetically.
Aesthetically, yes. But you don't watch it for the plot.
Yeah, don't watch it for the plot.
Yeah, the plot is subpar.
Okay.
At
So
best.
aesthetically.
Aesthetics.
But they really know how to like incorporate the music, the voice acting. Everything is just on point. lah. Yeah. Totally worth investing, watching your time in it.
I'll
True that.
consider that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Do Naruto also, please.
Bro, you can read Naruto lah, bro.
Yeah, just.
Okay, it's 4:30 already lah. Actually, I gotta go soon also because I got Japanese class. But yeah, and I gotta have dinner. Then I gotta help Jen clean house. I got too many things to do. It's February lah, bro. But I got a couple more questions. But when do you think DeFi will replace traditional financial structures, or do you think it will never replace it?
I don't think it can replace lah.
Ever.
I think the next stage, it will, but I feel the next stage for that to happen is that current finance, traditional finance, there has to be like a synergy that happens, like you said, like
they adopt.
You know, like how we say, like bipartisan government kind of thing. So if TradeFi would recognize DeFi and coexist, then the next step would be okay.
What?
Then there's a chance.
Traditional finance.
Yeah, TradeFi is in traditional finance. Then DeFi will have a chance to actually replace it. But at this level, it's not even recognized. So
right,
it has to be recognized first.
What would deem it as recognizable though? Like isn't it recognized already? Because there's fucking Luno billboards. That's recognizable.
No, I think legal tender is what it is.
Yeah.
So like how people are still banning Bitcoin, banning cryptocurrency. Honestly, you can't really ban these things. You basically can just ban the tender of it. Meaning like, our country merchants don't deal in this. That's all you can do. When you in your country you ban it.
Via SEC and everything.
Yeah, but like, can you really shut it down? You can't. It's decentralized.
Most people just find a way around it,
Yeah. Because no one governs Bitcoin or any other crypto or DeFi, You can't just I'm gonna shut your thing down. Like, can't. Sorry. It's like,
unless you turn off the power grid. Correct. And then everybody cannot even fucking turn on lights.
You can't even stop torrenting, bro, let alone
correct.
DeFi.
You need to go to a multiverse, basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's always the solution.
Then, do you think eventually governments will just allow this?
I feel no, personally.
Never.
I don't think so.
Because government likes the governance.
Yeah.
You know? They like
Jonathan likes the John, Matthias likes math.
Yeah, they like the control, right? Why would I give up control?
Yeah.
If I were them, I
never
wouldn't. If I were them, I wouldn't.
I mean, if you're Putin, but if you're Biden, maybe right?
Yeah, he can't even construct like full sentences at this point.
So it's going to. You think it's going to be a permanent coexistence?
I think it will. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it will. Kind of like the metaverse in the real world. It will coexist. Obviously, we won't really recognize the metaverse as much as Because it's tangible, right? That's not.
And we are the boomers of this generation.
Soon we will be.
Yeah.
One day we are going to become boomers.
You know what I truly fear? I fear that in the future, if this metaverse really becomes a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you know how the economy works in terms of like supply and demand. So if there's a lot of supply, you know, right, then it's going to be cheap, right? It's going to be cheap, right?
Yeah.
So right now, a lot of people feel like I really want to travel post-COVID. Personally, I want to go to Japan, you know, I want to go to Europe, all this, right? And then, if the metaverse exists, right, why would I need to travel? Why?
Like, if it exists to the degree,
where it's like mad,
like you travel without traveling.
Then fair enough.
Don't need travel.
Yeah, like if you can really just feel everything you feel in that country, taste everything you can taste. Like I want to have yakiniku there, so I can just man, the synapses are working. You know, I taste wagyu, right? Like I wouldn't need to go. If I want to turn on breeze, then like it just turns on synapses, and then like my body just cold.
Which is okay, what?
Yeah, and you never really die of frostbite either, which is nice. You know,
that's a good perk.
You just feel extremely cold, but
solid benefit.
And then that would cause a lot of like people not to travel. Yeah, and then I wouldn't need to travel. And then I wouldn't feel that feeling. Or it just would be a feeling of nostalgia already.
You would still feel the feeling.
And it would cost you really a lot of money to go and travel.
Then that feeling is novelty now.
Then it's so expensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's
more novelty than what it is now.
Yeah.
So experiences is going to be more novelty. It's real life experience.
It's kind of like doing a podcast, right? Like, you know when you have a regular conversation?
Yeah.
Without mics, without this, after that you just like you truly find joy in having good conversation with someone. And after that you kind of like go into Clubhouse. Then it just
to the spaces.
Yeah, but
like that.
I sometimes feel as if like it's so nice to have face-to-face conversation.
Face-to-face,
yeah. And I don't know how it's going to ever be replaced. This type of thing. Like even if you have Metaverse, your internet line must be godlike, bro. Number two, I feel like certain actions people do show a lot of what
the social cues lah, right?
Social cues.
Like I notice when people sit and then they shimmy, are you really uncomfortable or is the chair really uncomfortable? You know, that kind of thing. So I start to question. Then you can somehow, because my abilities I feel are being able to understand what the person is feeling and understanding what to say, how to say. But if I was to be in the metaverse, all this would be stripped from me, you know.
Yeah.
You know? And at the same time I feel like, imagine if you had a kid, right? And how your dad had you or your mom had you. And you have little things in the past where like you enjoyed the time you had with your parents or your brother or sister or whatever. Like we would go to the swimming pool together, right? Play water gun. Like wow, fucking shock.
It was shock as fuck.
And then like you would inhale water and you'd be like, bro, chlorine tastes horrible. And you have this conversation like, what, bro, today I drink too much chlorine. Then my eyes damn red. Right? But you would talk about it, right? Because it's a great memory to have. Like your dad would like bring you to Cherating and then like nothing to do in Cherating. So you ask him the whole time, what are we going to do? Then he's like, hey, can you just shut up and just, you know, that type of thing. And your mom would bring you to the mall and go shopping. Then when you want to have that with your kid's like, no, like that, I'm just going to go into the metaverse. And you just don't have that anymore.
Just don't buy him the goggles.
You will buy it, but it's his own money.
His own money?
Yeah.
Coming from where?
NFT.
Compounding interest.
Compounding?
NFT, then
he
compound
his NFT, he start flipping NFT, and then he buy his own.
I don't sublime electricity. Watch you burn, bitch.
Then you see, I feel like that's all robbed, right? Don't you think it's so sad?
Yeah.
These things that we find so special.
That's the glass half empty view. Maybe he creates new chlorine memories in the metaverse.
He just drowned,
you know,
in the metaverse.
Fine, right? He has his own water guns there. His own shopping malls to go to.
Actually, maybe like
right? That's okay.
It's a different timeline.
It's a different memory lah.
Yeah, multiverse. There you go. Different timeline.
I just feel so sad. I don't personally. I feel it's like
I get it, man. It's
falling down, scraping your knee. You know that type of thing.
Yeah.
Like when you cycle for the first time and you feel the wind and you're like, wow, overconfident.
Yeah.
Forget to brake. Fall down. And then all your friends help you. They pour water on your bruised knee. And then you're like, what the fuck? Fucking pain, bro. Then you're like, it's okay, bro. Don't worry. That we all have that bond.
Yeah.
But Metaverse, you wouldn't have that. What?
Yeah.
Maybe it's different. You're right. You're like, oh shit, bro, my wallet get hacked. Oh, sorry, bro, donate. I don't know, lah. Right? It's just so different. I don't know how to fucking react. And you're like, hey, bro, I remember, bro, year 2014, my wallet gonna hack.
Yeah, wait. To send money. Then after I go say, I have to type in the chat, spam mesos, please.
It's just so I don't know lah. I'm just acting so boomer right now. I'm a very sentimental person now, so that's why.
Clearly. It's okay, don't worry. They were fortunate memories. We're all good.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
You remember Dad, how he gave us an ang pao with an ancient mule inside?
Yeah.
You know? And I still think about this memory every time. Because I was standard 4 and I was doing my buku latihan corrections. Pembetulan, you know. So I was doing. Then my dad was like, hey, here's your ang pao this year. Oh, thanks, Dad. You want to open it or not? Yeah, like, oh, no, Dad, I'm going to finish my homework first. Then he's like, you sure you don't open it? Then I'm like, no, it's okay, I'm going to do my homework first. And I pushed my dad away from that memory because he wanted to see my expression when I opened it and it was a Pokemon card.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh.
And I said, no, I want to finish my homework first. Then he's like, you sure you don't open? I'm like, no, I need to finish my homework first. I just completely ignored him. I just doing my homework. I only got like 3 more lines, bro. I'm not going to stop and open and then I'm going to get back there, okay? So I'm just going to do it, right? Just do. Then when dad left the room, I opened the ang pao and I felt so sad because I felt like, ayo, I think Dad wanted to share that memory with me.
Yeah.
Oh.
That I felt until today I still think about that memory.
It's okay, go buy him one now.
That's what the shit is this?
Recreation.
So I feel like these things if I were to have a kid and then he's like stuck in the metaverse, but I want to have that time with him, I don't go join the metaverse and be like, hey Dad, let's try to build this fucking KLCC. You know? Then I'm like, yeah. It's just different lah, I feel. I don't know lah. I'll be like, wait, remember we were building a bridge at the time, then you built a shit in the middle of the bridge there. Then you're like, hey, that quite funny, wait. There was some high-res shit, man. We even activated our synapses to smell the shit. I'm like, yeah, wait.
What the fuck?
It's just different lah, I feel.
Clearly built different.
You know, it's the sentiment is destroyed really, because you come out, you're like, oh yeah, that was fun.
It is what it is, John. It's okay.
Don't know lah.
This is like the first Metaverse talk you guys had on Yamcha.
That's a good question. I don't know.
I think on Yamcha sessions, yes.
Yeah, probably lah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we've probably had a lot.
Be
a lot
kind
more.
in the comments, guys.
Yeah.
No lah, our comments, the people that follow Yamcha sessions, right? They're cool motherfuckers, one.
Yeah?
Yeah, but 1 or 2 racist fuckers, you know that one.
That's
Then I
okay.
just block them lah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one they create fake account, then they're like, oh, you know,
Spammers.
keling, then the babi, China babi, then ketualam lah. You know, I just delete them lah. Then they fuck you up.
Hate this.
Nice.
Yeah, I think haters are one thing, but I think if you're just being racist, or you're just here to cause trouble, then I just block
then
your
yeah.
ass lah. No point lah. What
Yeah.
do I need to fucking appease to these people?
Yeah.
I don't know whether we should ask the smash question.
No.
What's
No.
that?
Actually, maybe.
Since you're already applicable, right? Like, very rare as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
I
know, you
really
ask
should have
lah.
asked what you guys were coming up with before I came on this show.
So if
Yeah, go ahead.
2
I'm
anime
quite
girls
open.
you want to smash, who would it be? You
So
heard
what?
me. 2 anime girls you would want to smash.
Oh, this is a smash question.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a tough one, I know. Given that your constraints are
Naruto
Naruto
and,
pre-Shippuden.
Yeah, I
and
don't
they're all 12-year-old girls. I like Kurena and Tsunade lah, I guess. Not exactly the hottest.
Or the youngest.
Yeah. Cannot.
Cannot, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I guess
Do you not find anime characters attractive? Because there are some people like that, and they're just like,
Oh,
nah.
no, not really.
Oh, is it? It's just like a medium to express storyline lah for you.
I like their values. Like, storyline plot is very important. Like,
Yeah.
Naruto has crazy plot. Like, I watch it really for the plot and the character development. Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be anyone from Slam Dunk, that's for sure. So
What? Sakura? Oh, it's Sakuragi. Sakuragi.
Yeah, Sakuragi, the dude.
It's the girls. The love interest quite pretty.
I forgot the love interest
I
part.
also forgot her name.
Yeah.
I forgot her name because it's that unimportant.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well,
Any pieces of advice maybe in life?
yeah. Should everyone go into DeFi? Fuck yeah.
No.
Oh shit. Plot twist.
I think you. So a lot of people. Here's the question I get a lot because I tell them this is what I do. I guide you into DeFi. You pay me a fee. Like we do a consultation session. The most common question, which I think all of us do, is like, okay, I have X amount of money. what should I invest in? And I think everyone asked that question, right? And I saw MJ's reply to this, and I thought it was really good. He said that if you have that amount of money, you're not talking about like really a lot bigger. He said you should invest in yourself, which I can relate. I personally believe that, and I'm a firm believer that I'd rather give money to someone, like they tell me they're doing some startup or whatever, right? I'd rather invest in that dude than if I'm looking around, hey, what should I invest and then invest in something. Because where I'm at that position, I'm not investing in my knowledge of what this thing I'm investing in or like a skill. So you really have to hone that, like your knowledge and your wisdom in whatever it is. So like I'm comfortable to move in DeFi because
you are knowledgeable.
I God gave me the passion and like just started this trail for me. Then I feel like, okay, I'm more inclined this way. Different people are inclined different things. I actually paid for a stocks course before I got into DeFi. Paid for about 1 whole year. I don't invest in stocks. So I did at first. Then after I started DeFi, then I was like, oh man. So it was a bit redundant for me, but I realized that what I learned in the stocks course were fundamental ways to think and understand assets, investing, all this. So that was good as well, which means you actually invest in yourself. So at the end of the day, I'll say invest in people, which is yourself or other people first, if you only have like few thousand. But like if you're talking about you have a lot of money, then are you really already woke? Like not say woke, but like are you already
achieved that level of maturity to understand?
Are you already passionately learning about these tools? They're all tools at the end of the day. So you as the user have to level up instead of the tools leveling. There's no tool that is going to be better than the other. Like, you know, like if you're a hunter in an RPG, right? You're a hunter, you're going to use some different weapon like or one staff or anything. You got to be a wizard to use the staff, right? So you have to use what's appropriate, the appropriate tool to you and
right.
Yeah, so to you, your character really, I feel. RPGs teach us real life stuff, man.
Hashtag truth. Yes.
Hence, I watch isekais.
That's why you play Maple, bro.
Correct.
Yeah, bro. Maple is fundamental. You not enough decks. You can't use the fucking bow.
Correct.
You can fuck off. Spare mesos.
If you cannot take people's stuff, what? Cannot use.
Exactly.
You must go to the person that go and show off their brown glove and drop item. Then you go there and you spam pick up item.
Correct. Yeah, man.
Or use the what? There's the magnet, right?
Yeah. That's true.
How y'all do this when I first started?
Maple teaches you.
True. Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Oh, no problem, man.
I really appreciate you spending the time with us, man.
You've enlightened us.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Dude, it's a pleasure, man. We'll link your shit in the description below, like your Instagram and all that. You just pass me your links after this.
Can. I apart from DeFi, so just wanted to slide in that because I think the current project with me transitioning now to a job, I'll be a bit more. I would say wouldn't be so full on with my DeFi services, but you know, people wanna hit me up, chat.
Sure.
I love that. What I'm working out with my fiance is we are launching an NFT project.
Cool.
So with that holders also, I'm working this out. Like if you hold the NFT, we can work out something for like a consultation session. So it is our project. We are funding wedding.
Yeah,
cool. but I don't tell like this is our fund or wedding fund. It's just we really want to launch something. It's actually based off her burnout story in work. Like she burned out at work, so she legit has a story to tell. She actually wants to do a podcast, by the way. So
bring her on, son. Let's go.
Dude. And she's a Naruto fan. Why the fuck isn't she here already?
Why is she not here, nigga? What? What's the name, huh?
Agnes,
waiting for you, Agnes.
Waiting.
We're waiting for you.
Tak sabar dah.
Agnes, we're waiting for you, girl. Get your ass over here. Get your ass over here, girl.
She always like, don't put me on the spot. Don't put me on the spot.
Chill lah. If you scared also, then blur face only lah.
Yeah, it's all good, man.
But actually cannot lah, because blur face then
you blur everything.
No lah, cannot pick out blur face.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out lah. But yeah, thanks for coming on, bro.
Thanks you so much, man.
Nice meeting you guys. It's nice meeting you as well, man.
Yeah.
Good convo.
Yeah, cool. Man.